Welcome back to another episode of the Digenet podcast. I am Armand. Tonight we have with me Raymond.
What's good, everybody?
There we are, and Quentin Tatum.
Right here.
Quentin's wearing a different shade of green. Raymond, dude, I was commenting earlier when I first saw him come on. I mean, like, I could swear that he's wearing the same green hoodie every time, right? I mean, like, there's very little variation. The reality is he wearing a different green hoodie every time, which is exactly the same as the one before? Because there's two, we were talking about that. Like, there's the whole, what is it, Einstein thing, where Einstein just didn't want to burn his brain cells
On getting dressed.
on thinking what to wear. So, so what he did is he got a whole bunch of the same thing, right? So there's people who do that. And then there's people who are just lazy and dirty. You see them wearing the same thing. It is exactly the same thing. It's not a different version of the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, right? And so Quentin, so I guess Quentin is the guy wearing multiple versions of the same thing, but today he's got a dark green hoodie on.
Oh yeah, you have to switch it up a little bit.
Wait, so tell us, is that a new dark green hoodie or has that been around?
Oh, this is a new dark green hoodie.
So it's new. So it is brand new.
But I got another dark green hoodie over there that's been around for a while.
Okay, so for some reason I look at it and it looks to me like a new piece of clothing. It's like, wow, that looks like I could practically see the crease marks in it from where the package was.
It does have the crease marks in it, but I've been wearing it for a couple of days and it just won't come out.
And Raymond, that's new for you. What is that? Is that an invest in your culture vest?
Yeah, we about to do vests. I'm gonna drop some vests.
Go.
Yeah.
What's the material?
This is a nylon. That's pretty cool. I like it.
Is it keeping you warm or is it more for looks?
It is actually keeping me warm. Surprisingly, even with the short sleeves, like I just went to my son's what practice is that? Soccer practice.
Okay.
And yeah, like usually it get a little bit breezy out there. I felt cool, you know.
Okay, so winter is here. It's time to get your invest in your culture winter wear.
Yep. Only at investinyourculture.com.
Does it come with a Shiesty mask?
You know what? I have the Shiesty mask. I definitely should sell the Shiesty mask this year.
Should you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I should definitely sell the Shiesty
Wait, so
mask.
is the Shiesty mask specifically like a ninja style one where it has an eye slit? Or does the what
Shiesty mask got the eye slit.
Has the eye slit, so it doesn't have like the two holes in the.
Yeah, nah, the two holes, they robbing you.
That's a robber mask.
Yeah, the Shiesty mask, that's a fashion statement for the YNs, you know?
But can they rob you in a Shiesty mask?
They definitely can rob you in the Shiesty mask. Like, don't take the Shiesty mask for granted. I was laughing at I was telling my coworker, I got this customer, I call her Grandma YN because she be raising the YNs. And I was like, yo, she said, I was like, Grandma, stop caring. She started letting them wear the hoodies and the Shiesty mask to church. And she does.
Church?
Like, I be like, yeah, they be wearing Shiesty masks and hoodies to church.
Okay, so we're in Southern California. Is there any reason, any valid reason to wear a Shiesty mask? And actually, so for those of you guys out there who do not know what a Shiesty mask is, it's a ninja hood. I mean, like it's a form of balaclava.
Balaclava
is what it is. It's a balaclava. Okay, so it's got a usually like an oval cutout for your two eyes, right? Yeah. So there's a single oval cutout for the eyes, and that's all there. And then you're covered up. I mean, I have a variety of them that I wear for motorcycling. So when it gets cold, so you guys see the helmets back there. When it gets cold, I have a balaclava underneath my helmet. It helps a lot. Okay, so yeah, I just realized I have technically a few Shiesty masks. Okay, except mine are the more high tech ones. They've got a different material over where you breathe to be able to keep more warmth. Right. I look like kind of like Cobra Commander when I wear them.
That's how you
feel right.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got shiesty masks, but that's what a shiesty mask is. A shiesty mask is a balaclava, is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a ski mask. I guess ski mask would have the two holes.
Ski mask gonna have the two holes.
Okay. And so that's what, and the young folks wear them as a fashion thing because you do not need a shiesty mask in Southern California for the most part, right?
Definitely don't need a shiesty mask
Unless you're a motorcycle rider. If you ride motorcycles, yeah, you could use a shiesty mask for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but it was like a COVID fashion statement for a moment in LA.
So essentially, they gained the ability to be able to wear masks, and they decided, let's go ahead and go ninja with this.
Yeah, I mean, it was really like a hip hop thing. It was the reason why it's called the Shiesty mask.
Tell him
Pooh
why.
Shiesty. Oh, it was a rapper named Pooh Shiesty. He got really big during COVID, and then one of the music. I ain't gonna just say in the music videos, but during that time, he was running around with the Nike Shiesty mask on. And it just took off to where it became the Shiesty.
Okay.
And from there,
so
prior
to Pooh Shiesty wearing the Shiesty mask, what was it referred to as?
It wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing. So he made it a thing.
He made it a thing.
Okay.
He had a song called Back in Blood. Literally a song called Black in Blood. And it literally it took off. That was like his hit single.
Did he call it a shiesty mask?
No, I would say the culture called it a shiesty mask.
Okay. Now, of course, so and I told you what his name meant, right? Remember?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so it's a funny thing. I mean, do you think he knew what it meant when he chose that name?
Shiesty is a different type of, like, we use the word differently. Shiesty is like a swindler or like somebody who be finessing.
Yeah, but that's the funny part is that that word has been that's what it means. That's what it really means.
Yeah. When
somebody shiesty. So shiesty is a German word. Technically it means shitty, but it's the meaning of it, the actual meaning and usage is somebody who's untrustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's what he's using it for, right? Funny thing is this, do you think he realized the literal translation of the word shiesty?
Oh no, he's just thinking about what we call shiesty, because
so
shiesty type person.
But that's the funny thing though. Why does he call himself Pooh Shiesty?
Because he's a shiesty person. Oh, well, I don't know the Pooh part. I think he said something like his mom used to call him Winnie the Pooh Bear or something like that.
Wow, so it's just coincidence.
It's just a coincidence. Yeah,
it's a coincidence that he calls himself Pooh Poopy. Essentially, that's like shiesty translates into poopy or shitty.
Like the whole like I said, like it's we call it something different. Like shiesty, we've been calling people shiesty for years.
Oh no! I mean no, but that's what shiesty does. I mean, untrustworthy. Like a finesser. That's what shiesty really does mean, right?
And that's what he really is.
Yeah, but that's the usage meaning of it. Mm-hmm. But the literal meaning of it is so the word. If you take the literal translation, it's shitty. Right, it's because Scheiß is shit in German.
Oh no, I get what you're saying, right? And you know what? He'll call himself he the shit. So it's just a weird coincidence. He ended up calling himself Pooh Poopy or Pooh Shitty, and that's just hilarious. I mean, shoot, in hip hop, it doesn't matter what your name is at this point in time. There's a collective called the Shitty Boys.
Really?
And they got chains where, remember that poop emoji? They got chains with the poop emoji.
Yeah.
This some real shit. They'll probably get mad that I'm like talking lightly of it.
So they've got chains with a golden poop. Wait, is it a golden poop emoji or is it an enamel poop emoji? Does it have color?
Like a diamond one.
Does it have color? Oh, so it's in diamonds.
Yeah, the diamond shit.
For real.
Wow.
Some real shit right here.
Wow.
They be talking shit on mine. It's crazy.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So Pooh Shiesty is the originator of the Shiesty mask.
Yeah. They had like Nike had made Shiesty masks during COVID, and he made it popular, and it just
I
everybody
believe that
fucking-
Nike made them before because know who wears those?
who
Skiers.
What's that?
Don't skiers wear those?
No, more than that. When Nike makes them, they're made for runners.
Okay.
I can
So
see it. I can see it
Nike
being
has a
red
whole
for-
lot of cold weather running gear,
Mhm.
and those kind of masks are used by runners in cold weather. Yeah, that's the thing. So they're that cracks me
And you know
up.
what? Shout out to Pooh Shiesty. He just got out of jail.
Oh, did he?
My nigga Shiesty.
Congratulations, I see.
Shout out to Pooh Shiesty. He got out of jail. He cracking right now.
What was he in for? What was he in for?
Allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know the full story, but allegedly, he met up with somebody to buy shoes.
Oh, we were
And
talking
it's-
about this. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
and pretty much they robbed him. But why they tried to rob? And the thing about it, like on camera, you can see Pooh Shiesty in a green McLaren, and he pulls out a gun. You can even see the beam on the gun, him pointing at the person. He had a particular smile. You knew it was Pooh Shiesty. Like you like when you watch it, it's like watching a movie. It's like this can't be real, but it was. And the reason why the cops were able to link it to him is because, I mean, not only was he on camera, but a bag had dropped, a Louis Vuitton bag dropped with some cash. And when the cops went back and they matched the cash with a picture that Pooh Shiesty had taken, where he does a money spread.
Yeah.
Takes
Okay.
a whole bunch of money
Like-
and puts it out on his arm and all
Got
over
it.
it, and be holding it. And they matched the serial numbers. And they all was like, yep, you definitely was there. He did 5 years.
Okay. So he claims that he went to buy shoes from somebody,
Yeah.
and they try to rob him.
He tried to say that they tried to rob him. So he robbed them first. That's what he claims. But
So okay. So
really, that's
so,
why I say it's alleged. I do not know what's going
So
on.
the claim is, I went there to buy these shoes, and I felt like they were going to rob me. So rather than be robbed, I decided to rob them first.
I tried to rob them first, but me and my crew dropped the money that we were going to pay them.
Wait, now here's the funny part. Upon robbing the people who he thought were going to rob him, did he discover firearms on them?
I don't think so. No. I
So
don't
he
even
was
think that
probably wrong about them trying to rob him.
He was definitely wrong about them trying to rob him.
At that point,
Like-
he should have probably taken the shoes and given them the money
Yeah,
and said, "Hey, sorry."
Yeah, he
My
could have
bad.
came back from that, but I think shots were fired.
Oh shit!
Apparently, somebody got hit. But
Wait a second. So if they didn't have firearms and shots were fired,
Shiesty
it's-
had a firearm.
what's that? I know, but if the other side didn't have any and shots were fired, he basically, yeah, this is sounding fishier and fishier.
It's one of them things like you really got to look at the tape. Like, hey, when you look at the tape, it tells like you can try to piece together the story, but when you hear from both sides and even how he got out of jail, it's just like I don't believe in our justice system anymore. Because on camera, it looked like Pooh Shiesty robbed them.
Yeah, I'm sure that I'm sure that's why he went away, because Pooh Shiesty robbed him.
Yeah, Pooh Shiesty robbed them. If Pooh Shiesty was on a rampage, he also had like it's funny because in his song Back in Blood, he raps a lyric where he said, "I don't need no security guard. I got my own fire in the club." Meaning he got his own gun in the club. He got in trouble at the club where apparently he shot a security guard. Allegedly shot a security guard. So he had the robbery with the shoes and the security guard incident both. And he ended up in like a Florida prison.
See, I mean,
And it happened in weeks of like each other. Like he was on like he was on a crime spree.
he was on a crime spree. He was on a crime spree.
He was a millionaire he was a millionaire rapper on a crime spree. It was crazy.
See, there's the whole thing. You've got to reassess where you are in life. when you find yourself doing time because you robbed you stole shoes from somebody while driving a green McLaren and carrying enough money to buy the shoes.
Yep.
Money that got tied back to you because you'd chosen to flex with the money.
Yep.
On an Instagram post where it was taken close enough that they can get the cereals.
Right.
Yeah, you have to really evaluate where you are in life at this point if you can describe that as your current situation.
Man, Armand, and this was the hottest rapper in the game at one point in time.
Okay.
I remember telling people like, yo, this Pooh Shiesty dude is going to be a problem. I used to tell people that because I knew he was going to be big. I don't know why. I felt it.
Yep. That's, dude, I think that's what they refer to me like, that's what they refer to as crowning.
What do you mean?
When something inside of you is poking out and you can feel it, that's crowning.
Oh, so it was like his stardom was crowning me, like pause.
Well, crowning is crowning in a human being is referred to in two incidents. Either when a woman is giving birth and the head is appearing,
right,
or when you got to take a shit and it's making the same kind of appearance out your butthole, right?
Yeah.
They either call it crowning or they call it turtling. And we're using this reference because we're talking about a guy called Pooh Shiesty.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, man, a lot of shit going on around.
Who is crowning?
Oh my God.
Oh Lord. How do we get here? We have to evaluate our life because we're talking about a rapper called Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah. You know what? That's why I like the other day I was like, yeah, man, I gotta stop listening to this. Like I've kind of gotten too grown for this at this point in time. It don't make no type of sense anymore.
Dude, it's funny. Have you ever watched some of our videos and just looked at some of the stuff we talk about?
Oh yeah, it's all over the place.
It's all over the place, but you look at it and you say, God dang, they said those things with a straight face.
I did. I just straight and told you the story of Pooh Shiesty. And then you just let us know that he was called Pooh Shit, pretty much. And then I told you that he actually would prefer to be called the shit twice. He is shit. He is the shit.
Yep, Quentin. This is where we're at now, Quentin. This is our lives. We're 50-something-year-old men. Graham's not. Graham's younger, but we're 50-something-year-old men. Paid our dues, and now we're sitting here talking about
Pooh Shiesty.
About Pooh Shiesty.
Oh, Pooh Shiesty, ain't this crazy?
There you go. And wait, so Quentin, how familiar are you with Pooh Shiesty? Are you?
Man, I've never heard of Pooh Shiesty until I heard Raymond say Pooh Shiesty.
You know what, Quentin? I can't wait till I get like you. Until people come and tell me stuff like that, and I don't know what they're talking about. I can't wait.
A level of disbelief. I bet you Quentin's actually sitting there going, I think Raymond's pulling her leg.
No.
How could a guy be called Pooh Shiesty?
No, because
I actually have heard of Pooh Shiesty after Raymond had said it. I looked him up. Okay. And he did do the time, and he's from what? Tennessee, I believe.
Yeah, he's from Memphis.
But then he went to Texas and did some stuff in Texas for a little while or something.
I don't know about that one. Probably, I don't know. I don't know. Because he got big really quick. So it was like he had big interviews. He was on the Breakfast Club. You know, like he was doing his thing.
Hold on. Something just struck me. I got a question. Why was he meeting? Okay, so when he got into his shoe altercation, okay, how many pairs of shoes was he buying, and how much was he going to be buying them for?
I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that the bag. I want to say they said the bag had $20,000 in it.
Okay, so $20,000 in the bag doesn't mean he was going to spend all that on shoes in that moment.
No.
Okay, here's the question I got to ask. What kind of shoes was he buying that he had to meet somebody in some parking lot to buy these shoes?
Now, in shoe culture, there are private dealers.
Okay.
And these private dealers, like Jordans are $500 a piece.
Okay.
So, depending on what this dealer had, and what Pooh Shiesty, and also he had 6 people with him.
Pooh Shiesty had 6
Pooh
people with
Shiesty
him.
was not alone.
Okay, so having all this just says that Pooh Shiesty robbed this guy. I mean, like, there's no way, dude. Even if you were being robbed, okay, if you are armed and there are 6 of you, okay, somebody who's going to rob somebody. Okay, so let's say that the 3 of us, we're going to rob some rapper. Okay, we lured him into a dark parking lot with the promise of shoes.
That sounds terrible right there.
This sounds terrible.
Wait.
Here's the plan.
It's terrible, but it seemed like that's something you could do, though.
Here's the plan.
I'm listening to you. I'm like, you could lure a rapper into a
dark... Here's
with some shoes.
Here's what I propose. We lure him into a dark parking lot with the promise of shoes. Okay.
I've got some custom Jordans.
Promise of shoes.
Tell we got some Jordans.
Right.
I've got some custom Jordans, one of a kind.
Now here's the thing, though. Let's say the 3 of us plan this, okay? And when it all goes down, when they show up, there's 6 of them. And there's 3 of us, right? There's 3 of us. There's 6 of them, okay? We, of course, we plan on robbing this guy because we've lured him with the promise of shoes. And we're going to rob him. We're armed. We know that. But some dude rolls up with 6 guys, and he's a rapper, right? By default, we're to assume he's armed. Okay? He should be. He's a rapper. Okay? With 6 guys with him. Okay?
Somebody armed.
They're going to be armed, right? Do we go forward with our plan to rob these people?
No.
No. We'd be idiots to go forward with the plan to rob a group bigger than us who are armed, right? Because even if we do present our firearms first, we draw first, right? Okay, these are rappers. These are not people experienced enough. I mean, what are the chances that one of those 6 guys is going to panic and just reach for it and start shooting? So if one of them panics and reaches for it and starts to shoot, even if we get that one guy, well, now we've given time for all of them to draw on us. Okay, we're not going to be able to it's not going to work. Okay, so if they show up, now, if we've perpetuated this ruse, this promise of shoes and didn't have any, we should probably get the hell out of there. Right? You see them come in, there's 6 of them, screw it, let's bail, because that's if we have no shoes to give them.
I mean, yeah, we just plan to rob them. Yeah.
We
got to try to escape.
We gotta get out of there. Okay. Now, if they're coming at us, 6 guys, and we have at that point, though, you see these guys coming. There's a good chance now that that maybe Pooh Shiesty lured us there.
And I'd like, no, this is what I'm saying. With a name like Pooh Shiesty, I wouldn't put it past them luring them there.
Yeah.
That's why I say alleged.
I'm
just happy that the boy is home. We moving past that chapter. But when you have to go back and think about it, it is a whole bunch of question marks.
I can't believe that. So what is up with successful people doing stuff like that? Like, okay, to me, that is very similar to, and I really should look this up because I talk about it a lot. Remember that NFL player, I want to say 2018, maybe 2018, when he ended up robbing a bunch of guys at a card game?
Yeah.
Remember that? I think he was starting for the Seahawks. He went to a card game in a club. And he ended up robbing everybody there and taking their watches.
And he was playing for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes. Starting.
Like, we see you play on Sunday, big dog.
Yeah. That's
because I mean, we do live in a culture where it's supposed to be no snitching. And people think that people are not gonna snitch. But at the end of the day, if an NFL player robbed me, I'm not only gonna snitch. I'm not only gonna call the police. I'm gonna call my lawyer and I'm gonna sue you.
So Quentin, you got the name? Who is it?
It's DeAndre Barker and Quentin Dunbar.
There were 2 of them. Yes, there were 2 of them. Right.
Okay, I've heard of Quentin Dunbar. I don't know who.
So give us a rundown. What's the story?
In May 2020, former NFL
20.
players DeAndre Baker and Quentin Dunbar were accused of armed robbery at a Florida party, which involved a card game. Baker was accused of instigating the robbery, and both players were charged before turning themselves into the authorities. A witness also identified Baker as having a gun during the incident.
Okay. Now, they're former players now. At the time, they were current players. I remember that. They were actually playing at the time.
Yeah, Dunbar was playing.
Now, that's one of those questions. So it's like, to me, I kind of feel like it was a card game and something went wrong. I mean, I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think they walked in there intending to rob these guys.
No, something went wrong, and they took their watches to prove a point.
Yeah, I think that somebody accused somebody accused them of cheating, or they accused somebody else of cheating. I mean, like a friendly game turned unfriendly, and they just happened to have a firearm, and they decided to do something dumb. I mean, like, that just, yeah, like, produce the firearms, give me your watches. I mean, what the hell, dude? Like, dude, aren't you playing on Sunday?
Yeah, didn't care. I don't give a fuck. That's exactly what he said. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Fuck all that.
So Quentin, so what's the result? So happened in 2020. This has got to be resolved by now, right? What happened?
Outcome. Baker and Dunbar surrendered to authorities in May 2020. The NFL stated that it was aware of the incident but had no further comment. Let's see.
They not playing no more, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not playing anymore. But what happened to them? So is Quentin anything beyond that?
Nah, not that I have yet.
They don't have a case, an outcome of the case?
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Does it say they were charged?
It just says the charges that I've found so far.
Wait, so what were the charges?
The charges against both players included armed robbery and aggravated assault with a firearm.
Okay. So there's no kidnapping. It's like sometimes like a home invasion qualifies as was it
kidnapping?
No, technically I think it's unlawful detainment. I can't remember what the technical name is.
Oh,
because that's what they got OJ on.
Yeah,
they got OJ on that because OJ tied him up to a chair and stuff, and so they got him on something like that. That's the big charge they got him on. Mm-hmm. Another situation. There's another situation. Okay, so we got a rapper who preemptively robbed somebody who was going to rob him for shoes. Okay,
right.
You have two NFL players who, more than likely, to prove a point, stole a bunch of people's watches at gunpoint. Okay, and thirdly, one of the greatest of all time deciding to get his personal sports memorabilia back by holding the guy who owned it hostage in a hotel room. What's running through these people's heads?
I mean, when you
Raymond, I gotta ask you though, Pooh Shiesty, it had to be multiple cars. Your McLaren is only a two-seater.
Yeah, they had a McLaren and they also had a Benz.
G-Wagon? Was it G-Wagon?
No, it wasn't a G-Wagon. It was like a
S500?
Yeah, like an S550, something like that.
Okay. Or unless they did like the McLaren clown car style where the doors opened up and like guys just kept getting out.
No, Armand, that's what I'm saying. The doors lifted up and you could see his face with the gun. He had like, Pooh Shiesty has a particular smile. So it was like when you watching it, you like, I cannot believe this nigga did this. Excuse my language, but that's how I felt. I was like, I cannot believe he just did this. Because I'm telling you, he was at his peak when this happened. But this may have happened before the album came out. Because, so he had, you can actually go back and see, he had a period where he rented a McLaren and he was shooting music videos in it and stuff like that. So this is before the album came out.
Okay.
But it was still, I would say, this is probably before he knew he was really, really, really going to get it like that. So it was he had these charges pending as he was becoming a megastar.
Okay. So explain to me the NFL guy thing. I mean, what's up with that? I mean, would you ever if you were in that situation, would you do what he did?
I mean, I like that situation is kind of still foggy. I don't know what actually happened.
Well, I mean, like in any situation, I mean, like, okay, so no matter what, right? The end result was the two of them robbed everybody else at gunpoint. That's what ended up happening at the end.
I'm definitely not robbing nobody at gunpoint.
That's what happened at the end of the day. Okay, so I mean, like, how do they come there? I mean, like, okay, so let's say that this thing got heated, and a bunch of guys accused you of cheating at cards, right? That's one possibility, right? Okay, and if that's what happened, having gotten offended of being accused of cheating of cards, they decided to
take everybody Rolexes.
Yeah. I mean, to assert their dominance, by taking everybody's watches, and they were more than Rolexes. I think that they got a couple APs in there.
Oh yeah, so
yeah, some good stuff.
So pretty much they went and robbed people that they was in the NFL with.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I guess. Now they're hearing again. It happened at a house party. So they were at somebody's house.
So you at the house party,
and you decided
somebody was cheating. You and the homie get up. It was like, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Rob everybody.
I'm robbing everybody. Give us your watches.
At gunpoint.
So, yeah.
Everybody at the house will let you leave.
Yep. So basically, they decided that in the end, it's an asserting dominance thing. They decided they had to assert their dominance by taking everybody's watches. That's scenario 1. So they were accused of cheating. Scenario 2, they accused everybody else of cheating and did the same thing. Scenario 3, it was over a woman, and they did the same thing.
Okay. Oh, wait! are you just inputting that, or that really happened?
I'm just throwing this out. These are the options.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the end result
scenario.
The end result: 2 guys got up and said, "Give me your watches." That's what they did. And you notice I'm holding my hand sideways.
yeah. But the thing about it is, like, because, like, as you're asking me this question, I have to think to myself, right? In the present, I think about the future.
Okay.
Like, even as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking about how people are going to perceive what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I think about that type of stuff. These guys wasn't thinking about nothing about the future. Because I'm like, what did you really think was going to happen? You think you was going to rob these dudes and play them again on Sunday?
And here's the thing. Here's where it gets really crazy, right? I mean, it's not, I mean, like, we could have done that. Right. We're regular people. We could have done. I mean, obviously, we're going to burn that bridge and never be invited to a game again, right? But we could have done that potentially, right? We shouldn't. We could theoretically, right?
They must have lost a lot of money.
Maybe, but no. But here's the thing, though. These 2 guys should have known, that by doing this, they were ending their careers,
especially with the gun.
Dude, it doesn't
especially with the robbery.
With the robbery, I mean, like,
especially with everything.
Everything. I mean, like,
I don't know. You could have possibly talked it away if you didn't have the gun. But
no, you couldn't.
Gun,
no, you couldn't have.
Even if we caught the fade, it wasn't like we could have sat there and fought, and it wasn't like this wasn't going to be the end.
Quentin, they would not have been able to ask everybody to give up their watches without the guns.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Let's say that we're at a party and we feel cheated or we feel somehow slighted. Give us all your watches. Give us them now. Give us the watches now with no firearms. What are we're going to take all of you on and we're going to take it. No. That ain't happening, right?
Yeah, we lift the same weights.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody,
it ain't happening. I mean, like, okay, so think about that. I mean, they didn't even consider their NFL careers when they did that. Right? I mean, they may have reacted. It's like stood up, pointed the gun, and all of a sudden they realized, oh, crap. And at that point, they should have said, oh, man, we took it too far. I'm sorry. Put the gun away, right? No, at least don't ask for the watches, right? At least say, oh, things have gone too far. We're leaving, right? Pulling out the guns and then saying, give us your watches. Come on, man. What are you thinking? It's over. I mean, and really think this is something to consider, right? I mean, stupid stuff aside, okay, when you have a job like that, okay, when you have a job that is entirely focused around some form of God-given talent, let's say you're a singer, let's say you're an actor, okay, you're an athlete, okay, that career can go away in the blink of an eye. It
Yeah.
can go away because you pulled a gun on somebody. It can also go away because you stepped on your left foot wrong going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Right? It can go away on the field. Right? It can go, I mean, like that kind of career can just evaporate overnight because that talent could be taken away somehow. And suddenly, what good are you? Right? A lot of these guys don't have educational backgrounds. Right?
But it's funny because you have to go through an educational system in order to be a professional football player.
You don't. You can always go to a combine and do a walk on.
But these ain't no walk-ons.
I know they're
Dunbar
not. I know.
definitely wasn't a walk-on. Dunbar is like Dunbar. I ain't gonna say he was the best player, but he was known.
Okay.
I'm not no big football player where I knew the other one, but Dunbar, like, cause remember his name Dunbar. Of course, you're always gonna remember that. Like, that's why I remember them.
Yeah, but no. But here's the funny thing. But the reality is some of these guys barely escape through class. I mean, like, they're given some preferential treatment to be able to focus on playing. Some of them are. Okay, not all of them. Okay, some of them take the easiest degree they can possibly find to be able to stay on the team. Right, and they graduate and they don't know what they can. And even here's something funny. Raymond, what was your major in college? You remember? What was it? What was it?
Business management. And
Business
film.
management. Okay, mine was economics.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Quinn, did you do college? Did you have a major?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering. Okay, so our degrees translate into jobs somehow,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, let's say you took art history. What does that turn into?
Museum work.
You work inside of a museum.
You work in some form of an academic environment, some
Right.
form of learning or teaching environment. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if that, art history, English major. What does that do?
Academics. You working at
Where
the
you
school.
teach, that's all you can do is teach.
Maybe, yeah, right. Any one of the degrees that we go into, any quote unquote liberal arts degree, right?
Mhm.
Like you're taking European history, right? See, a lot of these guys will graduate with degrees that don't necessarily translate. Like, a degree that definitively translates into the work straight away is a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. You get a BSN, you go straight up and take out that RN exam, right?
I mean, shoot, just even with my film certificate, it ended up with me getting work.
Yeah, but some of these things definitively turn into jobs, right? Like
It
if you get a law degree, of course that's an advanced degree, but you get a law degree, you
You about to have some work.
you take the JD. I mean, I'm sorry, you take the bar,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And then you got work.
Yeah, if you get a Juris Doctor, you can take the bar exam in that state, and now you can go work as a lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, you take your RN, you can get work as a nurse immediately, right? What are you going to do with a degree in Celtic literature? There's no job that automatically translates into, right? So think about this. So you've got, even if you have a degree, so a lot of these guys went and they got these jobs. Like for example, one of our really good friends went to SC and got a degree in gerontology.
Right.
Right? Now that kind of a degree doesn't, I mean, to get a job in it, usually normally people who get that kind of degree go further and get a master's in something or get a PhD. They become researchers.
Mm-hmm.
Is what they become, right? But he ran professionally afterwards, and he never used it. Never used that degree.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time his career as an athlete was over, he was too far outside of the academic world to build on that degree. And he didn't have any intention anyway. Right? So think about this. So anybody who has a career that's based around a talent has got to get something else going for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Unless your career based around a talent is something that you own. Right? Some people do that. Some people are self-employed with the talent that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not very few are though. I mean, technically, actors are self-employed, right? In a theory, right? But they're not really. I mean, like, I know an actor personally that is known. I mean, well-known actor. Okay, I've seen them in a whole bunch of good I mean, I'm a fan actually, great productions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're in a financial position right now that's really tough, and it kind of you wonder how did that happen,
Mm-hmm.
right? They seem to be working a lot. They were getting jobs consistently. How did that happen, right? I mean, there's a combination of things that lead to that. Okay, and I don't know that's this person's story where what led them there, but they'll come back. But it's just weird that they have to go through these trying times, right? So as a person who's in that boat, right? An athlete, an actor, a musician, you gotta be doing something to so you can control your own cash flow. You gotta have something going that you can control. I mean, control your own finances.
Right.
Because you never know. Like, here's a funny one. AI. AI is going to take some jobs. Not all of them. I mean, like, I really don't think that grunt level picking crap up jobs is going to be taken by AI. So I don't see it.
Not.
I don't see a time where AI is going to be running the Amazon conveyor belt.
I think it will
Eventually, yeah. But remember, that level of AI running the conveyor belt, that's not just AI, that's robotics. Right? So it's got, yes, someday there will be machines.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm talking
We're not
about,
talking about robotics, we're talking about AI. Okay.
Yeah, AI like right now. I mean, like without changing the infrastructure, without adding a bunch of crazy expensive machines to do everything. What's AI going to do? AI can take a couple of jobs. AI can get rid of writers' rooms.
AI is going to get rid of writers' rooms. It's getting rid of design teams. It's getting rid of administrators, planning.
Yes.
It's getting rid of a lot of strategic stuff.
In fact, I think the current CEO of OpenAI was saying that they anticipate themselves being the first company to have an AI CEO.
True.
Because it makes sense, right?
Stupid.
An AI can make the decisions that CEOs make.
And make sure that the investors get their returns.
So if anybody's going to, and there he was saying, if any company is going to get an AI CEO, it should be an AI company.
So you built your replacement.
Yes. So he knows that he's getting while the getting's good, right? So he's good to go. I mean, like he'll collect his money and parachute off, get his golden parachute, and be good. He's just going to leave a spot that no other human will ever take again.
Yeah, I mean,
an entire executive suite can be taken. CEO, CFO, right? I mean, the C-suite, the entire C-suite, CEO, CFO, right? All the chiefs can be taken by AI. You can have an entire, basically, and think about how awesome that is in many ways, right? No missed board meetings.
No missed board meetings. Maybe there won't be any corruption. Maybe. I mean,
maybe.
I get it in a sense.
You can bring the pay down.
Cause I mean, like, well, yeah, the pay will, but then also it's like, I looked at it like this.
Actually, hold on a second. Let's talk about it for a second. Would you pay an AI C-suite? No.
I ain't paying AI nothing.
To whom?
What?
To whom?
Well,
no, you wouldn't. I mean, chief executive officer, chief financial officer, chief marketing officer. Would you actually pay them if they were AI? No, you wouldn't.
So that means you don't have any executive level pay.
Yeah.
So if you don't have executive level pay, right? The only thing is like there still needs to be administrators on top of it. I always feel like it needs to be oversight with AI.
There must.
It needs to be somebody who'll be able to pull the plug.
Huh.
That's how I look at it. You
I mean, well,
always out for the fucking.
currently, right? But if it got, they're talking about getting to the point where it's infallible.
I mean, like, but it should never be infallible. Like, it's just like, all right, when you call AT&T, right, and they got the AI talking to you, you want to press one, you want to press two, right? It's gotten pretty advanced to where you don't necessarily have to talk to a representative.
Yeah.
But what if you really need to speak to a representative?
Well, I mean, okay, so currently, okay, so we're talking in the current now, right? In the current now, yes, there are things that AI can't do for you. That is true. Okay. But I think we're quickly getting to the point where, okay, it's a great example. You can ask AI some pretty crazy questions and it can answer them.
Yes.
Okay.
We were talking about the other day, like, I think they're going to probably make safeguards with legal advice, because I was telling them, I was like, I be asking the AI all type of legal questions and they be giving me answers.
Okay.
You don't really, I mean, you need a lawyer, but with AI, you kind of got the knowledge right there.
There's some things I really wouldn't trust AI with, and that's one of them.
Oh, no, I'm not saying trust it, but it's going to at least give you,
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
a
It's gonna give you
foundation to
surface
build
knowledge.
on. It gives you a foundation to research back.
It even gives me more confidence talking to the lawyer, where I'm not going and just listening to everything that you really saying and taking it as work. Because honestly, like, you still need to check your lawyer.
Yeah, of course. So let's say that you get a an AI CEO, right? I mean, that's what's crazy though. Okay, so
I wouldn't have no AI CEO. I don't know.
you don't think you would?
A CEO, no. A CFO, I'll take that. I'll take a CFO. I'll take a maybe I wouldn't say no human resources. Nah, it need to be a person over that. But CFO, chief legal officer, I'll take all that.
You know, I don't know.
CFO.
Okay, so when you see movies that are based in the future, and people are kind of struggling with these robotic automated systems, and they're like, they're still sitting there going, representative. They're trying to get a live person, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the king of that.
Yeah. See, but I think that movies that are showing that have gotten it wrong, right? I think that if it is the future, I think that even right now, some of the stuff that AI has done for me has been better than a person could have done.
No, that's true. I mean,
Right?
like, I'm a person. I use ChatGPT all the time.
The thought process is awesome, and I just think that given 15 years in the future, the automated version of these customer service representatives that they have for us now are going to be just as good as people, or maybe even better.
I think it is. It's just people have compassion. A robot doesn't.
Well, remember, it's not. I think they can program compassion into these things.
I think they could, because I'm not going to doubt what you're saying. But at this point in time, no.
See, the way I see AI as the same way. I mean, okay, so AI when it's done right, when AI advances, I see AI in the same way I see a human sociopath. Right, a human sociopath typically are very highly intelligent, right? Human sociopaths can mimic emotions. They can't experience them, but they can mimic them. Oh shoot! Hold on one second, guys. This is like I gotta take this one. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this recording. Can I pause it? Hold on.
Like right now, I'm at a good point. Like I got my on this side, I got my new printer up. I got the 53-inch vinyl printer up.
Okay,
I'm
back
pushing down one of my shelves and all types of stuff.
Okay, sorry about
So
that, guys. Okay, so where we at? Okay,
let's talk about AI bosses.
yeah, bosses. So sociopaths can okay,
Did you
Quentin,
take it off pause?
took it off pause. Really quick, Quentin, bring up the definition of sociopath and read it to us. What is a sociopath? And I don't know if that's an accepted word anymore.
Yeah, I remember somebody called me that, and my coworkers got mad as hell.
So go ahead and read it to us, Quentin. What is a sociopath?
A person consistently exhibiting antisocial, impulsive, and manipulative behavior, not in current technical use.
Not in current technical use. What's the current technical term for it? What's acceptable?
Let's see if I can find it.
Well, essentially, what a sociopath is it's a person who does they don't. Okay, so it goes beyond what Quentin was saying. It's not just see a sociopath. Oftentimes, does not exhibit abnormal behavior. Okay, a sociopath basically is somebody who doesn't necessarily experience emotions like what other people do. They can lie to you, to your face, without you really. I mean, like they'll do anything to get what they want. Right. So Quentin, read it back to us. I mean, like find a better definition, a more.
Sociopath is an informal, outdated term for an individual with antisocial personality disorder, a mental health condition characterized by a consistent disregard for right and wrong and the rights of others. And then it goes into key traits.
There you go. So sociopaths don't really experience right and wrong. They don't know what a lot of them. Here's something that's not mentioning is that they know the definition of right and wrong. They just don't believe it. Okay, so they basically and a lot of them are not compulsive, right? A lot of them are highly effective because they can do things that are wrong, right, and not have any qualms about it. Okay, so in the land of military contractors, you would not believe how many people there are basically at the time that I was involved in that community, diagnosed as sociopathic. Right, people who can follow order. Okay, so you hear those things where people say about oh, they ask you, how can you sleep at night, right? Because of some of the things you do. It's like some of the orders that some of these people follow. They question, how can you sleep at night, right? Some of them have no problem sleeping at night because they don't see what's wrong with it. Right? And that's the beauty of it. I mean, like if you are asked to do, I mean, if you are if a legitimate source asks you to do questionable things, and it can happen, right? If you are experiencing that disorder, that's good for you because you don't have problems following the orders that they ask you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, and a really good example is I remember the team that was sent after Osama bin Laden.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
still Team 6.
Was it 6? But no. But here's the thing about them. In taking down one person, and then they haven't disclosed full details. How many people do you think they eliminated on the way in and on the way out?
You know what? I don't think they eliminated a lot of people.
They had to get to him.
They got to him. Well, yeah. You know what? They don't tell us the full story. I mean, so I think the only people who was in the house was the kids, because he was laying low.
No, but he has a protective team. He always has to have one.
He had some type of security.
Yeah, they had to have a security team, and everybody in there is trained to fight. Pretty much. I mean, everyone has access to weapons, so they took out anybody that was a threat on the way in and the way out.
It's funny because it's like we're talking about that, and it's like lately I have been paying attention a lot because that's a segment on the internet. People from the military sharing their stories, and of course they'll tell you in detail, like they do a lot of these operations at night. And like one guy was like, man, you don't know how many people I done walked up on and they was asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like the way they tell the story, now that I'm thinking about it, yes, there had to be a security team. There's probably a couple people that got dropped.
Yeah.
But the way they talk about it was like, we caught him and he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't ready for us to catch him.
Yeah, but people now remember when you okay, during infiltration or exfiltration, when you're going in and out, okay, when you run across a sentry that is asleep, okay, when they say that okay, we encountered a sentry, he was asleep, okay, that's maybe all they say, right? But what did they do to that sentry who was asleep?
Either killed him or tied him up.
They killed him. They don't tie anybody up. Okay,
Yeah.
There's no time for that. They killed them. Okay, anybody who's a threat going in or going out has to be dealt with that way. Okay, if you don't, you risk everybody's life.
Yeah, because the sentry can wake up.
He can wake up. If you tied him up, he could be freed and give intelligence about how many people tied him up.
Yeah,
right?
And how they tied him up and what time.
He could get free somehow, right? He could make noise. I mean, like, everybody on the way in and out, if you encounter somebody, they're dying. Okay. And that's your response. That's your job, for any lack of a better word, right? So think about how great it would be if that was your job, to be able to do that and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Okay? And a lot of guys will, the training, the consistent training can help them to normalize that. Okay. But a regular person, in the back of that mind, deep within that psyche, they're never really comfortable with it.
No, I get
right?
it. Because
now, if you are comfortable with it, it's not the training. You're probably on that. You're on the spectrum in that way somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not bad. I mean, it's not a terrible thing, right? Not all people with sociopathic tendencies or antisocial personality disorder are out of control people. Right? You can be somebody with these disorders and function completely normally in society. But at the same time, you got to realize that these people they don't experience regular emotions. The emotions that they're experiencing in front of you are being mimicked. They're showing you what they think you should be seeing, because they don't experience those emotions. They never feel remorse. They never feel regret. Okay, so if a person with antisocial personality disorder, a severe form of it, if they're in front of you telling you they're sorry, and they look like they're sorry, and you feel that they're sorry, they're not. They're giving that emotional show because they feel that that's what you need to see from them. Okay, they're absolutely not sorry. Okay, they can't be. They never feel bad about anything. Okay, if they cry at the death of their pet, they're doing that because that's what a human should be doing in reaction to that event. Okay, if they're telling you they love you, that's where your relationship with them should be at that time, and they are mimicking the emotions that they should be showing towards you. They feel none of that. Okay, that person who just told you they love you and everything, if for some reason things went wrong and they had to pack up their bags and leave tomorrow, they could, without a second thought. Okay, so let's say that their job, let's say that things have gone wrong in their job, and let's say they had to leave for a good reason, a legitimate reason. Okay, they could just ghost you and be gone, and they can move on. Like the very next day, they could be in a different city, a different country, restarting their life, and have zero problem with the transition. Right? You're not in front of them anymore, and you're gone from their mind. Yeah, they can just pick up and leave like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're showing you all the natural emotions that they think that they should be showing to you. Right? Mm-hmm. That's what I still like the word sociopath. It's not because antisocial personality disorder. That's not accurate. Because high functioning sociopaths can seem like anybody else. They seem like a regular person with a regular range of emotions. Okay, to hear the person use the term antisocial personality disorder, that seems like some troubled person. Doesn't that sound like a troubled person? A person with a person who experiences antisocial personality disorder, doesn't that seem like the troubled kid who's in the principal's office a lot?
It just sounds like a loner. That's what it actually sounds like, a person that's alone.
But it sounds like somebody who's not well adjusted. It sounds like a maladjusted person.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Which could be some of them. Right? But there's those others that seem like anybody else. Serial killers are like that.
No. Oh, they can, because they can kill and not feel any empathy.
Yeah. In fact, they want to kill. They are, these are people. Most human beings can't kill anybody. Like, just the thought of it's revolting.
Yeah.
Right? But these are people who are compelled to kill people. They want to. They have to. Right? And they have to kill people, yet they can still exist in regular life. They interact with people every day and nobody knows. Think about that. John Wayne Gacy. He's the guy. He's the one who dressed like a clown, right? He was a clown. He was a clown at children's parties.
That was the creepiest clown ever.
His job was to entertain at children's parties. Then you had Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was people describe him as handsome, right? He's a handsome guy who went out there and he killed and ate male lovers. Yet he had what it took to walk into a gay bar or whatever scenario he had to walk into and convince somebody to go home with him. Right?
Yeah.
You know, they're not. Now, these aren't some crazy loners. I mean, these are people who are highly. And the other one, the one who killed Johnny Versace.
Oh,
Andrew Cunanan, who's Filipino, by the way. That dude's Filipino. Okay.
Yeah.
He went on a killing spree.
On a killing spree.
And people described him as like, really social. I mean, he's
a social butterfly.
Yeah, and he was just that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So
did he kill himself too?
I think he did.
They even made a freaking TV show about him.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the run long enough, and he decided at some point in time, he's like, screw it, he's going on his own agenda. Right.
And I like that. It's funny because that TV show made me like it. It gave me more of a respect for Gianni Versace because I didn't know that much about Gianni Versace. I didn't really care. I just know Versace the brand.
Yeah.
But then it was like in the show, like Andrew Cunanan like idolized him. You know what I'm saying? Like he talked so highly of the man where I was like, dang, I didn't know he was that guy like that. And then for him to kill him, it was just like, wow.
I don't even know. I didn't follow it. That happened in what? That was about 94-ish, probably.
Yeah.
I think it was like 94 area.
I was alive when that. I remember that being on the news.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly why he ended up killing him or became so obsessed with him. I should brush up on that.
Yeah, I ain't seen the TV show. I mean, of course it's a TV show, but some of it has some type of truth to it.
Oh, no,
I know definitely.
Okay, so that was late because I remember when it was on the news. I remember when the manhunt was on.
Yeah, I remember the manhunt because that was like Andrew Cunanan was like a random name. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like it's always gonna stick out.
Yeah.
So it was like I remember that name. I didn't remember what it was about, but then as I was older, of course I remember the name. And then when they did the TV show on him, it was just like wow. Like I didn't know it was that deep, Andrew.
Yeah, but those are examples of those aren't psychopaths; those are sociopaths.
Andrew Cunanan reminds me of like a Kim Kardashian. He really just wanted to be famous.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That's all he really wanted to do. He didn't know what he wanted to be famous for, but he knew he was gonna be famous, and it was like
he got his wish.
he got his wish.
He got his wish. I mean, like, and that's the thing. A guy like that, being famous for that, checks that box.
Yeah.
Fame is fame to a guy like that.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's even kind of the same thing for Kim Kardashian. It's like fame is fame at this point in time.
Well, I mean, it's a business for her. I mean, if you really look at it, she's taken the concept of famous for being famous to pretty much its apex.
Oh yeah, she's the apex of famous for nothing.
Okay, so if you really think about it, though, who's the original famous for nothing?
Anna Nicole Smith.
No, she was actually famous for something.
She was famous because she took that man's money.
Well, no, she was famous before that. She was, she leveraged good looks into her fame. I mean, like, she was a Playboy model.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, she was one of Playboy's. Okay, so
Just because you look good, you famous.
See, Anna Nicole Smith was in Playboy, and she was one of the original faces of the Guess advertising.
So we're gonna just say she was a model.
She was a model. She was a legit model. She was famous for being a model.
Okay.
She was not famous for nothing. She was famous for being a legitimate model, because Guess Jeans had her as their model for 1980 something. She was big. She was real big, and then she became an actress. So she was a model, then she became an actress, and then she got famous for marrying some guy who was older than dirt. What was the joke? The reason why he was so rich in oil is because he buried the dinosaurs that became the oil. That's what they were saying. He's that old, right? And then she was famous for dying. Right? So she went. The thing was that she idolized Marilyn Monroe, and she died the same age, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So she's not the first famous. So when you think back, and it's not that far
Paris
back.
Hilton?
There you go. Paris Hilton is the original famous for being famous.
And that's where Kim Kardashian got because they were friends.
I
That's where she
believe
got
that
the blueprint.
I believe that Kim Kardashian was her stylist.
Yeah. Something like that.
Because you got to remember, the Kardashians had money, but not like crazy money. I mean, like
Not Hilton money, but they had money.
Yeah, they had money back then because their father was their father was an attorney. Rob Kardashian was an attorney, and he was OJ's friend, and they probably had some business dealings together. So they had money, but they weren't like, they weren't billionaires. They probably weren't even high-end millionaires at that point in time.
Nah.
So actually, she was still in a position where there being so many daughters involved in the scenario, she probably did have to have a job.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not getting it wrong, she was Paris Hilton's stylist.
She was.
And friend. Like, when they say she's her stylist, they're probably more like a friend who
friend that told her how to dress. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. And that's what she was. And so the very first group of the duo back then was Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. They were famous for being Nicole Richie at least had a really famous father. I mean, Kim Kardashian's dad was famous for being somebody famous's friend.
Yeah.
Right? At least Lionel Richie was like a real celebrity.
Yeah, and then Paris just had paper.
Yeah. And Paris just partied. Paris partied, and she was really famous for being rich. And be rich and glamorous. That's her thing. Famous for being famous.
Hey, she had a sex tape too.
She had a sex tape, yes. With what's the guy's name again? He's Salmon was his last name. I think his last name.
I forgot who she had the sex tape with.
Yeah, she had a sex tape with somebody who had sex tapes with like 3 other people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that dude got around. What was his name? Quinn's bringing it up. What's Paris Hilton's sex tape? Who's the guy?
It's about to be like Kevin Federline.
Oh man!
Come on, Quentin. You got to get your search terms. You got to get that down pat. What are you searching?
It's not giving me what I'm looking for.
Why? Are you searching?
Oh, it's Rick Salmon.
Yeah, it is Salmon. Rick Salmon. Is it Salmon or Solomon?
Solomon.
Solomon. There it is. Rick Solomon. Now look up Rick Solomon. He has multiple sex tapes with other people too.
Yeah.
So give us Rick Solomon's greatest hits.
Greatest.
Let's see.
Rick Solomon.
Sex tape with Night in Paris.
One Night in Paris. What else? What's he got?
It doesn't tell me. It says in April 2004 he began distributing a sex tape of himself throughout adult film industry, red light district video, under the title "One Night in Paris."
Okay. What else? Come on, Mike. Go forward.
He's been married.
Who? Come on, give us these names.
Elizabeth Daly.
That's an actress. Who else?
Married to, that was in '95. Then in 2002, he married Shannon Doherty.
Yep. Okay. Who else? Shannon Doherty. This guy's either been in sex tapes or married to a bunch of famous people.
On September 29, 2007, he and actress Pamela Anderson applied for a marriage license.
That's right, Pam Anderson too. Now you got to wonder, okay, if you get some guy who's been in like at least one sex tape and married a bunch of actresses and got divorced, shouldn't that be the biggest red flag in the world? Do you really want to be dating a guy who marketed a sex tape?
It didn't matter.
It doesn't matter, Raymond? You don't think it matters?
It matters to them, yes. But, you know, when somebody, like, they've been talking about this a lot. I've been seeing these headlines. Men don't approach women anymore. So just think about it like, it was probably a little bit better back in that days, right? But still, it's still a small percentage of men that approach women. This probably got big charisma. They probably didn't even know nothing about none of that. I bet your parents didn't know nothing about what he had going on in his past, especially like with dating sometimes, because I've experienced this before. You don't like, if you like a person, you don't really dive deep into their background unless you have to.
Dude, I mean, if you the people who I know who at least have some modicum of fame, they research the hell out of people that they meet.
Look, man, I was living with a porn star and I never watched her porno tape until after I stopped talking to her.
Okay. But that's you. So you didn't look, you didn't.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm telling you as a person who's like, I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I mean, no,
I know there's other people that's like me.
Oh no, but you're a regular person, right? These are celebrities. I'm talking about why, especially
just like celebrities don't mean nothing.
Well, I think Armand is saying a celebrity is going to have to investigate.
Like, no, okay. So the people who I know who have a modicum of fame, even a minor modicum of fame, they are very gun shy about anybody they date. They research the hell out of everybody.
But okay, and I can agree with you on that, right? But look at it, right? Because now it's making total sense to me. Because at the end of the day, the Paris Hilton sex tape was staged. Like if she did her research, she knew about this guy. It was staged, and then Kim Kardashian took the same blueprint and did the same exact thing.
Yes.
She saw how Paris blew up, told her mom, and they went and did the same exact thing.
And that is actually something that's been out there. That's been debated. So the thought was either the sex tape happened and they decided to make something positive out of it, or they crafted it from the very beginning.
I think they crafted it from both of them crafted it from the very beginning. And because before that, you had Pamela Anderson, where honestly,
that's the original sex tape. Yes,
that sex tape made Pam hot. Like it was like we knew who Pamela Anderson was from Baywatch, but her star went to a different height when the sex tape came.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if that got leaked or anything. I don't know about that one. But now that I'm thinking about it, Paris Hilton's sex tape was manufactured. That it was not no leak. That's what they want to tell us. It's the same thing with, because Ray J came out and said that it wasn't leaked.
Yeah,
Kim Kardashian one. So it's like, if you really put it together, there wasn't no leak. And like how you just said, they would do research on this person. Like, stay away from this person. So it had to be. Yeah. And it's okay. Like, I ain't gonna say it's okay. I ain't letting my daughter do nothing like that. But that's what they did. And she was big for that.
She was. I mean, and now if you look at the net result, that's what kicked off her stardom. Right?
The sex tape?
Yeah, Kardashian. Yeah,
Oh, the Kardashian. Yeah, I like Paris is already big before her sex tape came out.
well, I mean, when you say, I mean, Paris
They had the
Hilton,
simple. They were. I mean, they were
Simple
already at
Life.
the tail end.
Yeah,
But I think the sex tape came out after the album. Either
I
the album came first or the sex tape came.
I don't know. I mean, like the funny part of it is that with all that, I mean, when she was doing that stuff, it's like people were just amazed that Paris Hilton had a career for being a party girl. It's like, wow, they had the simple life. How, I mean, like,
They was on TV. They was on primetime
yeah,
television.
people were amazed at that, right? And then a short while later, suddenly you got somebody who became a billionaire from it. Right? That's insane, right? They really parlayed that into a massive fortune. And for Kim Kardashian, that was a start. That sex tape started that was a great kickstart for the whole thing, right? That got
And she was 21 when that came out.
that got the notoriety, and they did the smart thing. They got momentum going, and they kept the momentum going. Even now, I mean, like the Kardashians don't let momentum die. As business people, they're brilliant. They understand momentum. They always have something to keep the plate spinning.
Yep.
Okay,
Right now we got Skims going.
they've never let the momentum die. They've always got something going on. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any on-air celebrity has been on billboards consistently for as long as that family has. See, first it was Kim. Then they got a couple more sisters in on the act.
Yep.
Do you remember how young the youngest ones were when Kim first started getting famous?
The sister act.
Think about it. I mean, like, okay, the Jenner ones. Okay, so when Kim's sex tape launched, and she said she was 21 at the time, right?
What?
How old were the Jenner kids?
The Jenner kids was like
They were
in
like
teenagers,
what's
early
up?
teen.
At the no, because if she's 21, they're younger than 10 years. They're more than 10 years younger than Kim Kardashian, right?
Wait. What are you talking about? 21? I'm sorry, I missed
You
something.
said that Kim Kardashian's sex tape came out when she was 21, right?
Oh, no. Paris Hilton's
Oh,
came
Paris
out.
Hilton's.
Paris Hilton's. It says that it came out when she was 20. Well, no, they had sex when she was 20.
Okay. So how old was Kim Kardashian when her sex tape came out?
Let's find out.
Because she was a little bit older to begin with.
Yeah, she was.
So what year did the sex tape come out?
The sex tape came out. I want to say like 2011, maybe.
Quentin, what you finding?
Well, I found the ages of all the girls. What you want me to look for?
Oh no, we're wondering when the Kim Kardashian sex tape came out.
Okay, she was 23, and it came out. Well, it was filmed in 2003. That's what they're saying,
Filmed in 2003,
and it did come out in 2007.
2007. In 2007, how old were the Jenner girls? The oldest Jenner girl. How old? Like, there's Kylie and there's the other one,
Kendall.
Kendall. How old were the Jenner girls in that?
Why do I know?
Okay, if she was 23, the youngest one is 16 years younger.
Jeez. Okay. So you're talking about she was 7 years old. Okay. So think about this career trajectory, right? So Kim Kardashian started gaining real fame after the sex tape. Okay. So she was in her early 20s.
Mm.
That family knows how to keep momentum going. As time went by, they started incorporating other family members into the act. They started bringing the other sisters in, and they started bringing the other sisters' drama. Like Scott Disick he owes everything that people know about. I mean, like, he's all because of them, right? Good or bad. It's because of his orbit around that family, right? And so you got him and the freaking, was it Lamar Odom? That dude, that poor dude.
Lamar Odom, Reggie Bush, the guy that Kim Kardashian married, Kanye West.
Humphreys. What's his name?
Alan Humphreys. Chris Humphreys.
Chris Humphreys, right?
And the funny thing about it is, like, when she married him, it was like, girl, he's not even like a superstar. Like, he wasn't a bench player, but it was like, man, he only scored like 10 points a game.
Dude, know what's crazy? I saw him recently, dude. Okay, when she was married to him, when she was married to that dude, if you told me that he wasn't black, I might believe you. Right? He was so like quasi black that he could be not black, and I could be a pass for a not black guy.
Man, you remember they did a whole TV show about that.
What? About him not being black?
No, about they did a whole TV special on the wedding.
Yeah. See, what's crazy now is I saw him doing some, I think, ESPN commercial. He's a sportscaster now, and I saw him doing some commercials. Dude, they blacked him up, so he's looking a lot blacker now. I mean, like when I saw him, I didn't recognize him as Chris Humphries. I thought he was somebody else. I'm like, who's that? Who? Like, and I realized, holy shit, how'd they make him black? I didn't understand it.
Yes.
How do they do it? I mean, like, it's a choice, right?
Yeah, but being black is a choice. I'm gonna start saying that being black is a choice.
I identify as black,
but
because it's a choice. Being black is a choice, man.
I'm looking at him. I'm thinking, man, he's spending more time in the sun or something. I mean,
he probably did.
He probably did. I mean, he looks a whole lot darker than he ever has before. I'll tell you that much.
That's crazy. They ran through him.
But think about it. I mean, like they've brought all these. I mean, every season they find something, because it's such a big family. They find somebody new to throw into the mix, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been at it so long. The kids who were 7 years old when it started are now making billions of dollars off of cosmetics. Right? It's insane, right? Like, it truly is a family business. And then recently, of all the people, freaking Kris Jenner decides to get one of the best plastic surgery makeovers of all time. Have you seen her?
Yeah, she looked young.
Dude, that is the best plastic surgery makeover I have ever seen. It's dude, because you see people getting plastic surgery and it's not good. Some of it's like, wow, their face looks really totally tight, right? Mm-hmm. Or they don't look like themselves.
No, not her.
Kris Jenner walked into that doctor's office and stepped into a time machine.
Yeah, because I would date Kris Jenner.
It's amazing how good she looks. I mean, and so that might be the thing. It's like, okay, so she's gone in there and got rejuvenated because maybe she's the next round of star on that thing. I mean, like,
she is the star. What you talking about?
They got to keep them young to be able to keep them. It's amazing. So at some point in time, Kim's gonna go in and come out 22 years old again.
Man.
So they can keep this thing, and that's the funny. So let's throw some conspiracy theory into this. Some complete BS conspiracy theory. Is that Kris Jenner?
Of course,
it's a doppelganger, man. It's actually a.
Are you sure it's her?
I mean,
the eyes are too.
I mean, it looks like her.
Now, really young. If it was a doppelganger, it would make a lot of sense. Right?
I mean, it looks like her really young. I mean, there's the thing. Could they be replacing the aging celebrities with younger people who look like them and claiming that it's them so they can get more mileage out of the name?
And guess what? I can see them doing that.
I'd be there for it. I
wouldn't be there for it, but I could see them doing it.
I can see them doing it. It's kind of like, you ever see Princess Bride?
No.
Oh, you never seen Quentin, please say you saw it.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so in The Princess Bride, Cary Elwes is a young stable boy who goes out to try to find his... So he's in love with like she wasn't a princess at the time. She was like the daughter of the owner of the farm. And he goes out to find his fortune. And she hears that his ship was taken over by the Dread Pirate Roberts, and the Dread Pirate Roberts doesn't leave anybody alive. So the stable boy is dead. Okay. Mm. Years later, the Dread Pirate Roberts comes and kidnaps this girl who's now supposed to marry the king. So she's a princess, right? Mm. And it turns out that the Dread Pirate Roberts, is the stable boy. Because it turns out what happens is that every couple generations, the Dread Pirate Roberts, he kills everybody, and then eventually he will pick somebody to groom as his replacement. He'll train them. He'll do everything, and then at some point in time, he'll put into port, a foreign port, let off his crew, pay them all their going away wages, bring on a totally new crew, and the guy he trained would be the Dread Pirate Roberts, and the Dread Pirate Roberts would stay on as his first mate to help him through the process. And when he feels like he can stand on his own, the first mate, who was the Dread Pirate Roberts, sails away with his riches, and the new Dread Pirate Roberts moves on in. Right? So that's a thing. So they could be, when Kim goes in and gets a surgery done and comes out 20 years younger, that's the new Dread Pirate Roberts.
It's just, it's one of them things, like, this analogy just only made me think about the Silk Road. Because, that's the guy, you heard of the Silk Road?
Yeah, on the Silk Road, yeah.
That was the pseudonym the CEO was going under.
What?
The CEO that got caught and got out on years in jail.
Wait, I'm missing something here. Okay, so the Silk Road was a trade route from China to Europe in the old days.
The digital Silk Road.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it was a dark web website.
Okay.
Where you were able to, for Bitcoin, you were able to buy drugs, weapons, anything that you wanted to. You can buy prostitutes.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, it was the beginning of Bitcoin, and it was pretty much, if Bitcoin was PayPal, the eBay was Silk Road, and the creator of it was the Dread Pirate Roberts. I forgot the kid's real name, but that was the pseudonym that he went under. And that's pretty much kind of what he was doing.
Wait, he went under the Dread Pirate Roberts was a pseudonym?
He went under the pseudonym of the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Okay.
It was, honestly. Like,
sweet. See, now that you know what it is,
huh?
Now that you know what the Dread Pirate Roberts is, you understand.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Okay, that's okay. See, now that you know the story, now that I'm hearing that, that's awesome.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find
the Dread Pirate Roberts. That's what he went by.
Website. What was it? What was that guy's name? Oh, it's a movie about it? Okay.
That guy's probably either a late millennial. Late.
Ross Ulbricht. Yes, he was a late millennial.
An early millennial, actually, is what
like when you be talking about being a libertarian, he was a libertarian.
There you go.
So, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, age-wise, either he is an elder millennial or he's Gen X. Because those are who are going to be, like, people my age are going to be the Dread Pirate Roberts crowd.
Right. And
people who saw Princess Bride when they were in their teens.
He, as a libertarian, felt that drugs should be legal. And he created the Silk Road. And apparently what they got him on was...
They got him on something?
They said that he had ordered a hit on somebody. He had ordered a hit on somebody within the community because there was other people going under pseudonyms. They said it was really hard to catch this guy. They caught him in a Starbucks.
Okay.
How did like think about it. This guy was a dark web billionaire. And they caught him in a Starbucks.
He was there for the free Wi-Fi.
He was traveling around going with the Wi-Fi. I think they said the only reason they caught him, I think, like, it was something like, it was like a fluke that they caught him. They caught him with the computer open. If he had the computer closed, they wouldn't have knew that was him.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, Kris Kardashian, where we go from that. Kris Kardashian being somebody else.
It could be.
As you say it, yes, it could be somebody else. I don't want to believe it or go into it because just before you were saying that, I was like, if Rob Kardashian Sr. was still alive, none of this shit would happen.
True.
None of this would. I would have never, ever let my daughter have a sex tape and circulate it at all. I don't care how famous you want to be. Girl, you better go learn how to play a flute. Learn how to be a lawyer and become famous.
Think about that, dude. Like, your dad's an Armenian lawyer. You think that he's gonna let that shit happen? Hell no.
He wasn't gonna let it. Only happened because he wasn't here. And like, Kim went to Kris and was like, "Hey, this is what Paris did." Like, now, like, the plot thickens. It makes so much sense now because it was like, why would you do that? Why would you pimp your daughter out? And then it was like, well, Paris did, and look what happened with Paris, because that did happen at Paris's. I would say that happened after the reality shows, the sex tape, and then it was just like after that, it was like she was done. She was solidified. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, and it was funny because it was like she didn't need the money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
She just wanted to be famous. Like Kim Kardashian didn't need the money.
Well, I mean, the Kim Kardashian now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what she's accustomed to living with now needed. I mean, compared to what she was then, I mean, it comes. Okay, so this is a weird one. Once again, another movie, Wall Street. Okay, Quentin, have you seen Wall Street?
Only pieces.
Only pieces. Raymond, have you seen Wall Street?
Yes, I've seen both.
At least that one we have you on, right? There's that part of the movie where Bud Fox is asking Gordon Gekko, right? When is enough enough? How many boats can you water ski behind? Right? He's asking all these questions, right? So the thing, like, let's look at the Kardashian life before the fame, right? The life they lived before they became internet sensations, social media sensations, right? They weren't billionaires.
No.
Right? They lived a comfortable Southern California well-off life, right?
Right.
But they weren't what they are now. I mean, like, with the things that they're able to do in life now, do you think that the thems back then would look at that and look at, and I mean, like, compared to what they are now, the early 2000s Kardashians are poor.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, compared to what they are now.
I mean, they wasn't even the Kardashians at that point in time. Like,
yeah, they were just.
After Rob died, they became the Jenners.
Did they? Was there a period of time where they were called the Jenners?
I'm not saying they were called the Jenners.
Oh, they would have been, yeah, because of.
But Bruce married Chris.
True. Okay, so let's jump on that real quickly. That's a situation, okay? If you let's flip it. Let's flip the genders, okay? If you were a guy married to a woman who later on came out and became a guy, okay, would you look at that and would you be sitting there just analyzing the whole relationship in the past and saying, wait a second, let's because think about that. She married Bruce Jenner, right? Olympic legend, right? The dude was like, we'll always remember him on a box of Wheaties, right?
Okay. Well, I don't, but y'all do.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're too young for that, but yeah. He was an Olympic legend, right? Huge. I mean, like, star. And she married him after Rob Kardashian was gone, right?
Yeah.
And they had kids. Is it two kids? Are there two Jenner girls?
Yeah, two Jenner girls.
Or two Jenner girls, right?
Kylie.
What?
Kendall and Kylie.
Yeah, so there's two of them, right? They got married. They had kids. And eventually, he transitioned to become a woman.
Yep.
Right? So let's flip that around. And let's say that you two guys had gotten married to a woman. I mean, because, Bruce Jenner was like a specimen of manhood. He was an athlete, right? A 6 foot plus Olympic athlete. So let's say that you guys had married like very womanly women, right? Had kids with them. And at some point in time, they came out with the decision that, oh, I'm just in the wrong body. And they transitioned, became men. Okay. Where would you guys' heads be on that situation?
I did like Chris and divorced him.
Okay, you divorce. I mean, would you be?
Go marry a black guy? Nah, like, yeah, I wouldn't. I'll go. All right, yeah, go be what you want to be and go live my life, because that's exactly what Chris did.
Yeah. Okay.
She took it. I mean, publicly says I support anything that what's his name? Crystal. What's her name?
what's her name now? She's not Kris Jenner.
Caitlyn. I
Caitlyn. She's
support everything
Caitlyn.
that Caitlyn does, and goes and beats her black husband.
Okay, I mean, but would you think that I mean, would you be constantly looking back into a relationship looking for signs?
Yeah.
So do you think the signs were there with Jenner?
It definitely was there.
Probably something, but it wasn't blatant.
It probably wasn't blatant, but it had to be there. It had to be something that made her feel off. It had to be something where it was like, dang, I didn't think it was going to be that. It wasn't going to be that deep, because it was like he did that when he was in like his late 50s, right?
Yeah, he was old. He was an older man when he decided that he was going to be. I guess he's been living his lie too long and said, screw it. I'm transitioning.
I even for a moment, I thought that was a plot line.
Yes, that felt like a plot line. Okay,
that felt like a big plot.
That
line.
felt like a setup. That just didn't feel real for a second.
But the only thing is, like, where it turned out to be real is that he's not on the show no more, and yes, he is still Caitlyn.
Yeah, he's still Caitlyn. He went all the way. He became Caitlyn. He became an old white lady.
He became an old white lady, an unattractive white lady. He became Karen.
He became a yeah. Wait, now I have not been. Look at this. I have not been following this. Okay, but what I remember when it first happened, and I talked about this. This is before the podcast of ever was even a thing, right? I brought this question in like public talks a few times. It's like when he first transitioned and became a woman, he exclusively dated only women.
When he became a woman, he was only dating women?
Yes. In the beginning, he only dated women. So I was confused. So here's my thing. Maybe it's because I'm not super rich, right? To me, it's so impractical because if you enjoy the company, so like, if you enjoy the company of women, if you're a guy, if you're a man who enjoys the company of women, right? You like having sexual relations with women.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if you, for some reason, didn't feel comfortable as a man, would you want to go through the expense and the trouble and the pain of transitioning to become a woman? It's not cheap, and it's not easy. It doesn't look easy, right?
No, it's not easy.
And you got to go through all this shit with all your friends. And like, there's going to be people saying, "What the hell are you thinking?" I mean, like, you're going to alienate.
He had boys. Like, remember I think Brody. It's funny. I knew Brody before I knew who Bruce Jenner was.
Oh, wait a second. He did have kids. Oh, he had kids from other marriages too, right?
His kids had TV shows.
That's right.
His kids was on the hills. Brody Jenner was the man.
Yeah. Okay.
But Brody recently just came out and he said he couldn't do Caitlyn. That's why I could never do that to my son. I could never imagine having to do that to my son.
For some reason, every time I think of Caitlyn Jenner, I think of what's his name's dad, Quagmire's father from Family Guy. Remember Quagmire's father?
I never seen an episode of Quagmire.
Oh shoot, Quagmire's father's in the Air Force, right? So Quagmire's a pilot, right?
Yeah.
Quagmire's father's a military man. He's in the Air Force, and he retired, and he transitioned to become a woman.
Giggity.
And Quagmire's father is like a macho dude. Okay, so when
that's hilarious.
So every time I
don't think of that,
every time I think of Caitlyn Jenner, I think of Quagmire's dad.
Quagmire's dad,
right? That's my.
That's where he got the idea from.
It's freaking hilarious. But think about that. I mean, like, so just imagine that. So if you're going to transition, become a woman, the people especially somebody famous like that, knows a lot of people. There's going to be people torn about that on both sides. Some people are going to be either totally accepting of it. Other people are going to be like, trying to stage interventions. Right?
I think we was talking about sociopaths. If I had to put my money on it, I'll blame Chris. I'm blaming Chris all the way. I bet you Chris really wanted to go and date Corey and was like, okay, for me to get out of this marriage, he needs to become a woman. and she egged the whole thing.
There's no better story. Yeah, she gaslighted him. She's like,
she gaslighted him.
She was telling him, it's like she's looking at him. She said, Bruce,
you should live your truth, Bruce.
Bruce, you should live your truth. Bruce, I know. Come on,
truth, Bruce.
You've always wanted to be a woman, have you? No, I haven't. Oh, come on, Bruce.
I've seen you wear my bras before. I've seen it. I see how you act. Like you should go and be a. I think you should live your truth, Bruce.
Yeah,
let's go see a therapist. I would pay the therapist to agree with everything I was talking about. I would have played it. It sounds diabolical, but any woman that lets her daughter go do a sex tape, that's a diabolical.
Watch
woman.
this. At some point in time, Bruce Jenner is going to see this, and he's going to realize the error of his ways. He's like, "Oh shoot, it's true."
Yeah, he was like, "Dang, these guys are right. They were just speculating. They were just speculating. Like, she was gaslighting me. Yes, she was, Bruce. She wanted to go date Corey, bro.
He's thinking to himself, she was the one who wanted me to dress up in those lingerie outfits early on. It wasn't me who wanted to do that. It was her.
To do that.
After a while, I thought it was me, but it was actually her. I could believe it.
Motherfucker.
But if you really think about it, though, picture that. I mean, like, it is not the physical process is not an easy process. The coming out to your friends process is probably even harder, right? And then the shit you get every day walking around with that is, I mean, like,
because
why would you?
He a ugly old white lady.
Yeah. No, but then after all that, you want to be with women anyway. Like, see, that's the thing. So if you're like a regular person, you think about all that stuff and you say, man, I like being with women. I'm just gonna stay a dude who goes out with women.
Androgynous.
Yeah, and then in private bedroom time, I'll dress like a woman when I'm with her.
Right.
And she'll and she'll just think it's a kink. Right.
And guess what? If she would have came out and be like, "Oh, Bruce likes to wear women's clothes when we're intimate," that's better than becoming a woman. To me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's what you do in your bedroom, Bruce. But like you becoming a woman, we can see that. Like everything else is up to the imagination, or you can deny it.
Yeah.
I mean, like she lying. All right, well, I believe you, Bruce. I don't believe this random woman.
See, and that's the whole thing. I mean, like, if you're a woman, if you're a guy who likes women, why go through all that trouble? Just stay a guy who goes out with women. There's no point to it. I mean, like, it's just weird to me, right?
I think it's weird to get a sex change to be a lesbian.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what it is. Dude, you're a lesbian in a man's body. Come on, man.
Yeah, because he went all the way with it. I don't think he has a Johnson no more.
I don't know.
I think he went all the way.
Hey, Quentin,
I don't know.
Quentin, I dare you to put that search in your computer.
I'm gonna do it.
Does Caitlyn Jenner have a Johnson? Yeah, dude. I mean, like that. Okay, if he didn't, okay, maybe he's on the fence about things. But if he went all the way with that and got the whole thing done,
ain't no coming back.
That's commitment. That's
And by the look at Quentin's face, he went all the way with it. He did.
He did.
I'm hoping this is wrong.
What is this?
I'm going to look it up in another place. It says Caitlyn Jenner has previously stated that she underwent gender-affirming surgery, which included the removal of her penis.
Dude, that just sounds funny. The removal of her penis. That line itself. The removal of her penis. That sounds weird.
She identified as a woman.
Ain't no coming back.
Yeah, that's
you tripping, man.
Yeah, it's just
he gotta live the rest of his life like that, and it only gets more painful as you.
Wait, is there no coming back from that? Can that be reversed?
They got to cut off more skin and add more skin from somewhere, man. No, you don't.
I'm sorry, it makes me kind of like.
Wait,
makes me gag.
Can it be reversed?
How they gonna make it? They got to cut off something and put something else and do something.
Wait. But how does it work when women want to become men?
They cut pieces
That's
off.
Probably a prosthetic.
Skin grafts and all kinds of stuff.
What? Yeah, these are questions we never thought we'd ever ask ourselves, huh?
Yeah, I know, but I was like, that's why I'm like, when we're talking about sociopaths, like certain people just can't, like, you know what I'm saying? It's no right or wrong. Me in my mind right now, you just don't know. My stomach is cringed, like cramped up, and like I kind of want to
Really?
barf because, like, just in me, I just can't. I couldn't imagine doing that to myself.
Yeah, I don't imagine. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, like I couldn't. No, man, I couldn't do it, bro.
Dude, yeah, confirmed.
confirmed.
Yes, Caitlyn Jenner underwent gender affirming
Oh,
surgery, which included a full sex change. She publicly announced her transition April 2015
oh,
and confirmed that she had the surgery in January of 2017.
oh.
Ouch. Okay,
Caitlyn, no. Nah, he shouldn't have did
dude.
that,
And can you
man.
imagine? Imagine if our speculation is correct. This is all because Chris Jenner gaslighted him,
Man, you get. Oh my God, that
dude.
woman.
Like she totally did the whole guy. I mean, like it was a psyop. She she
No,
she left she
never.
left articles
You know
around
what's
the
funny?
she left suggestive articles around the house for him to find.
You know what they say, like, I ain't gonna say they. Kanye, he said that, like, the man that she's with right now, Corey Gamble, is CIA.
Oh,
That's what Kanye said.
that's what Kanye's. Okay, we should have a segment on the podcast called "That's What Kanye Said."
Hey, you know what, Kanye? Kanye came back in the news.
What did he do?
He apologized to the Jews.
For what? I want to hear this. I want to hear this. What did he apologize to the Jews for?
Oh man, he went on a spiral. Armand.
I know he did, but
You know
but
what?
did he apologize for everything, or did he apologize for something specific?
I think he apologized for everything. Now, speculation. Let's talk about the speculation, right?
Okay.
So he met with a prominent rabbi. Now, I guess the rabbi is, I'm not even gonna say he's just a rabbi. The rabbi is actually a Kabbalist. Like, this is like
Okay.
big rabbi energy. He has an organization that got multiple headquarters in multiple countries. Big rabbi. He meets with the rabbi. The rabbi don't even speak English. He only speak what is it? What they speak? Jewish? Hebrew.
Hebrew. There we go. He
Yeah.
speaks Jewish.
He speak Jewish. He speak Hebrew.
Okay. Actually, the term "speaking Jewish" is the negotiation phase of buying an electronic item. That's speaking Jewish.
He speak Jew. But not like
We found our
before-
short right there.
but before this legendary meetup, right? Kanye, he did the swastika thing.
Yeah.
Where, like, on Super Bowl Sunday, he was like, "Go to my link," and the link was a shirt with a swastika on it. He had that. He had a song called "Hail Hitler" that he was going on. He did the interview in the Ku Klux Klan member outfit. It's crazy, right? Wild, just wild, wild, wild. He's always had these other little outbursts about the Jews running the industry, everything, right? Lost the Adidas deal. Kanye has been making a silent comeback, right? People have been buying his $20 clothes lately.
Okay.
So this week, and he sent this to media outlets. He sent a video with him apologizing to a Jewish rabbi for all the things that he has done. The speculation is, remember when I told you about him and the trainer, when the trainer threatened to put him back in the La La Land? They're saying that the trainer got to him because he looked out of it when he was doing it. I don't know if it was because he was crying or if he was medicated. Because, like, the whole thing was like, well, why apologize now? He had been silently telling people that's why he was living in Japan, because he was scared for his life.
Okay. Wait, is he still married to that Kim Kardashian clone?
Yeah, he's still married to the clone, and she reemerged on social media last week. Yeah. Like, apparently they were supposed to get divorced after he made her get naked at the Grand. Why you a wild guy, bro? Like,
all these, anything that you're saying at this point in time would be so strange if it wasn't about Kanye.
but I mean, honestly, it's like, wow, he really like. It's almost like, man, if Kanye West wasn't living on Earth, Earth would be a lot more boring.
It would. I mean, it would be a much. It would be a boring. Actually, let's make a jump. Wait, do we finish talking about most things there? I think we did. We're making a jump to another person who makes life less boring. Okay, another controversial figures make life less boring, right? People that everybody loves don't really. Think about it. Let's name some people who pretty much are universally loved by everybody. They just kind of disappear in the woodwork. Paul Rudd, the guy who played Ant-Man. The guy's everywhere. Everybody loves Paul. Paul Rudd is one of the nicest guys you'll ever encounter, but he's zero controversy in that guy. So he doesn't make news headlines for anything. Okay.
No.
He's, okay.
Yeah.
Guys who make headlines, Leonardo DiCaprio. Guy will never get married. He always seems to be going out with. See, Leo gets older. His girlfriends don't.
Shout out to Leo.
You're right, and he just turned 53 years old, I think now, and he says emotionally he's 35. He's 35. Shout out to Leo.
Shout out to Leo. Yeah.
Right. So we're going to jump another guy who's making controversial things in life and making things interesting for all of us. Good old 47.
Oh, yeah, Donald?
47, 45. Donald Trump.
Yeah,
okay.
the Donald.
The Donald. Okay, so from what I understand, it looks like the world's record game of federal chicken is about to end.
Oh, the shutdown. Yeah.
Shutdown's about to end because, and so we talked about this. Essentially, for those of you out there who don't understand the government shutdown, okay, the government shutdown, it's nobody shut the government down. Nobody just reached in and pulled a switch and shut it down. Nobody declared, screw you guys, we're shutting down the government to punish you. That ain't what happened. Every year, the government, the Senate and the House of Representatives and the executive and the presidents, they get together to pass a federal budget, because all the crap that the government has to do has to get paid for, right? Air traffic controllers are federally funded. Okay, anybody who works in federal government, FBI, ATF, okay, U.S. Marshals, okay, they're all federally funded. Okay, a lot of federal government offices, like Department of Defense, federally funded. All this money, and then all those programs that the government supports. All that money comes from federal funding, and they have to agree on what's going to go where. Okay, and the rules about how it's going to be allocated and spent. Okay, and so every year they get together to debate the upcoming budget, and unless they can agree on a budget, the government can't spend money, because the government cannot spend money that has not been budgeted.
True.
That's what happens. And so when they cannot agree on the budget, the government gets shut down, because they cannot spend money that hasn't been budgeted. And if no money has been budgeted, it cannot be spent. And they can't budget a little bit of it and wait till later on the rest. It's all one big budget that they have to agree upon. Okay. And why can't they agree? Because one side wants to insert things that the other side doesn't like, and the other side wants to insert things that the other side does. So basically, they want to craft a budget and wording around the budget that is beneficial to the way they see things. Right? And they agree, they argue back and forth about these different things until they can agree upon something that makes both sides at least somewhat happy. Okay. No one's totally happy with how it comes out, but they got some things, they lost some things. It's a compromise, right? But because of the way the politics are right now, compromising isn't in either party's vocabulary.
No, we're not compromising on that.
They're all getting hard on this. They're all like, stonewalling each other, and we had the longest shutdown ever.
40 days.
Yep. And there are certain vital government workers who are continuing to work. Law enforcement, federal law enforcement is continuing to work. Air traffic controllers are continuing to work. And
yeah, some of them tried to quit.
They have not been paid in 2 paychecks. They're trying to work and not getting paid. They're gonna get back pay when it gets approved, but they're not currently receiving anything.
Right.
Okay, so that's what this is. Okay, so we've been talking about it, and a shutdown is almost like a strike. The difference is this, though: when there's a strike, let's say nurses strike, the nurses are striking because they want negotiating concessions against their employers. So the nurses are negotiating with their employers through a union to come up with a new contract. And the nurses are striking to make their employers sign the contract that they want them to sign. Mm-hmm. Okay? So if they don't come into work, their employers have to hire much more expensive nurses temporarily to replace them. So their employer is experiencing a highly elevated cost of doing business. The nurses who are on strike are not getting paid for that period of time, and they will not get back pay for it. But they're doing that to try to force the employer to sign something that's better for them. Okay, That's how a strike normally works. One side stops working to make the other side know how much they need them. Mm-hmm. This is different. Both sides cannot agree, so the government stops working, and both sides use the government not working to try to pressure the other side.
Right.
So the non-working government employees are pressuring both sides. And like I mentioned before, it all comes down to which side gets enough crap from their constituents. Which side won't be able to take the heat and give in first. And from what I understand, I got this headline come at me from the New York Times indicating, where is it at? Here it is. New York Times. Breaking news. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where'd it go? Uh-oh. You know, when you want to find something, that's when it disappears on you, right? There it is. Okay, I'm getting this. Breaking news. Senate passes deal to reopen government. The Senate, with the help of Democratic defectors, passed a bill to end the longest government shutdown without the health insurance subsidies Democrats long demanded. Okay, so it looks like some folks on the Democratic side blinked. They defected over and sided with Republicans to close this thing out. So the things that the Democrats were holding off for were health insurance based issues.
Yeah.
And they decided, screw it, we're closing it without those. And they jumped across the fence, and they're pushing forward.
Right.
So in our little scenario, Democrats blinked in this case. Somebody had to. Either somebody was going to blink, or they were going to compromise on both sides. But the way the government is now, somebody had to blink. No one's compromising. So that's where we're at. And part of the government shutdown was the suspension of the SNAP program.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the thing. There's ways for the government to fund that from other sources if they have to. If they absolutely have to, they can find ways to at least partially fund it. And take it as you will, the White House specifically blocked that. They did not want that funded. Okay? And that wasn't because the White House doesn't like the people who are on SNAP. It's because it's a political game, right?
Yeah, they said they legally couldn't do it.
Yeah, by preventing that program from going forward, they made those on SNAP disgruntled and louder. And I mean, like, those people were now giving heat to their lawmakers to give in.
They should have. Like, honestly, there should, like, everybody who protested for No King's Day should have been protesting them not getting SNAP benefits.
Yeah.
Like, you want to protest something that was imaginary. That was real. That's what y'all should have been on Capitol Hill protesting. Like,
And yet we saw.
but
What were there any protests about that? I don't. There must have.
no, absolutely not.
There must have been
Should have
like.
been millions of people
Yeah.
protesting. But the only thing is, you gonna protest the people that you like. Everybody is unified against Trump, like he's this devil. But the House and the Senate just did the worst thing ever. They couldn't come to an agreement and shut down the government where people couldn't get their SNAP benefits during the busiest month when you're supposed to get SNAP benefits, November.
Yeah.
I think we should have protested that. But like I said, protesting don't work. Like
Well,
protesting
but let's
is
talk about it. See, but there's the problem. Protesting that. See, the issue there is this. Protesting that. Okay, so what? So you're protesting the fact that the government. That's actually what you're protesting is the fact the government shut down and the benefits aren't getting paid, right?
right.
But if you protest without a clear goal in mind, so the goal is to get these people paid, right? The only way to get them paid is to reopen the government, right? But you're complaining but not doing anything, right? Because the protest has to be directed at a group of people specifically. You can't protest the House and Senate because it doesn't make either side want to. So you got to pressure one.
Like I said, like protesting don't work.
Well, it would have worked if you protested one side or the other. See, remember, give heat to one of those two sides. Essentially, so the only heat that they fear is not getting elected again.
True.
An elected official, the only thing they're afraid of is being voted out of office.
Right.
Nothing else matters. Right. If you think they're in there for our benefit, think again.
I know that. They ain't benefiting us.
The only way to get to them is gonna be you can't tell them that things are bad for us. You got to tell them that we're gonna make things bad for you.
Yep.
Right. Close this thing out, or face somebody else being in your office next time around.
Right. It seemed like a real complex issue because. Like one, there's a lot of misinformation. Mm-hmm. Two, I look at I feel like the Democratic Party and they really showed their hand with the whole Trump thing. I feel like the Democratic Party is like the master manipulator of everything because it's that's why people didn't protest. If it was really on the Republican side of things, there would have been mass protests. But why there wasn't mass protests is because it's really the Democratic side of things holding things up.
So what's happening is this, okay? The Democrats didn't want to sign because there was specifically stated, okay, so I haven't really followed along too close. Okay, so they said that, okay, so Democrats wanted health insurance subsidies.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what they wanted. And that's what they gave up that's what these guys gave up by crossing the line, crossing the fence to side with the Republicans, okay? So the Democrats wanted health insurance subsidies in order for them to sign on this thing.
Yeah.
The Republicans didn't want to give those subsidies.
Right.
Right. So in that scenario, it's neither side's holding it up and both sides are holding it up. Because the Democrats are saying we won't sign unless we get these subsidies. And the Republicans are saying we're never going to give these subsidies.
Right.
Right. So don't sign it. So it's this is how it's going to be signed. And they're saying, well, we need these subsidies. And so really it's nobody's fault and both sides' fault. Right. The Republicans could easily give in and give the subsidies.
Yeah.
They could have done that, right? Two ways this would have ended. Some Republicans would jump the fence and side with the Democrats and the subsidies. Or some Democrats would jump the fence and side with the Republicans, or both sides would come to a compromise. That's one of the three things that would have happened. Both sides would compromise and figure out a deal that they can both live with and all agree to sign. Okay? Or you'll have defectors. Some Democrats will jump across the thing and say, screw it, let's move forward without the subsidies, which is what happened. Or A couple of Republicans could have jumped across the fence and moved and voted for the subsidies, right? So it's to say the Democrats, it's not just them holding it up. Everyone's holding it up.
Yeah, and let me rephrase that. I have no fight in the matter. I don't care what side is which. I just know it was being held up, and it shouldn't have been held up.
Yeah, it's being held up. Yeah, it was being held up because somebody wanted to win.
Somebody wanted to win, but we all lost at the end of the day. You know, because people didn't get paid, people didn't get their SNAP benefits, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. Like 900 flights got canceled over the weekend.
Yep, that's some crazy crap.
That's wild. Like we had to really people was like, "Oh, yeah, I gotta go somewhere." You sure you want to fly? You tripping right now?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it, like, I ain't gonna lie, like a lot, like there were people who were explaining how they were going through the lines and everything like that. Things like Clear and TSA checkout was getting people through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In 30 minutes flat. It was people who didn't have that was really like facing it.
I'm telling you, the only winners, there are winners in this scenario. Think about it. Anybody creating content online.
Yes. Everybody who was making content was winning. And they was fighting each other.
See, at some point in time, we're going to have a short come out of this titled airport or something like, air traffic controllers can suck my blank.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to say. Air traffic controllers can suck my, and then you have the big blurred out spot right there. That could be it. The short's going to say that, and it's going to be something brief and blurbing, and like 800 people can look at it, right?
Mm.
And we're like small nobodies. Somebody else online is going to do the same kind of thing and get 1 million views on it.
Right.
Somebody is making money from this government shutdown, and this guy's online talking about it.
That's all who was making bread.
Yep. And that's why we love the online world, because no matter what happens, there's opportunity.
Mm.
All right, the opportunity online is endless. Government shuts down, dude. Online people are gonna love it. It's gonna be something we can talk about. As something that will bring the views. Right. Every time Trump does something strange, something stupid, something funny, dude. I was going through my phone, and know what I saw? I saw this thing that I bought. So it was maybe 2018, and we were going through that crazy woke wave. Remember that? The woke wave that came around, and like everyone was getting woke.
Yeah.
Woke was the thing back then, and like, and
people was woke AF.
Yeah, they were. And people were like, hunting people down on Halloween for their appropriated costumes.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I bought a little thing at the 99-cent store. You guys remember 99-cent store? That doesn't exist anymore either. But, I went to the 99-cent store and I bought this thing. I bought this is solar-powered little thing for your dashboard. And it's like a little smiley face wearing a big old, wearing a sombrero. And he has a mustache, and he's got maracas, and he's wearing a poncho, and the sunlight makes him shake the maracas.
Yeah.
I bought this thing, and I'm like, okay, this is something that's definitely going to get canceled.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Can't appropriate their culture.
But back then, that was just in good fun. I'm looking at that thing, and I don't find it offensive. Of course, I'm not Mexican, right?
Yeah.
But I asked Mexican people I know. When I bought that thing, I asked John Ramirez, hey, John, what do you think of this thing? He said, that's pretty cool. I didn't ask him if it was offensive. I said, what do you think of this? I said, that's awesome. Where'd you get that? That was his response, right? I didn't say, hey, man, is this appropriation? I didn't say, are you offended by this? I said, hey, dude, check this out. And he had nothing but good things to say about it. He wanted one himself. Right? And he's Mexican. Okay? I guess I asked him why he liked it. He's like, dude, it's a little Mexican guy. He said it right away. It's a little Mexican guy. I'm like, okay, cool. Right. Dude, people are angry about Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, people are angry about Speedy Gonzalez.
Dude, there's all sorts of hate for freaking Pepe Le Pew.
Well, yeah, Pepe Le Pew was kind of creepy when we
Yeah,
think
he's a little bit
about it.
rapey.
He was a lot rapey. He was chasing around that cat. She did not like him like that. You know what
Dude,
I'm saying?
I
No,
mean,
man.
he's
He
supposed to
was a
be
freaking cat.
a French stereotype.
Yeah, he was a French
I guess if
stereotype.
they really wanted to make him a French stereotype, they would have had him chain smoking, drinking wine, and bathing infrequently.
I think
Yeah,
they do have him chain smoking on one.
Pepe Le
he
Pew?
did smoke. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did smoke.
Did he
I
really?
remember Pepe Le Pew smoking.
I think they had him smoking on like an early one.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
funny because like I was still young and I remember the Looney Tunes doing some outlandish type things.
Of
Like
course.
I still remember how they used to make fun of Japanese
Dude,
people
I did a whole college project on that.
on how they make fun of Japanese people.
Well, my actual college project was about propaganda.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I had Looney Tunes, I had Dr. Seuss as
Yeah.
examples. Yeah,
What did Dr.
they
Seuss
had this
do?
great one where Bugs Bunny was fighting the Japanese in the South Pacific.
Yeah.
He was badass, right? And and of course, Mel Blanc did all the voices. And Mel Blanc's Japanese character speaking Japanese was just gibberish.
Don't, ching, ching, yeah.
Oh
I
damn,
remember
I was
he had
laughing
they
my
had big old teeth.
ass off. Big old teeth, tiny eyes. Oh man, it's so fun. I mean, come on, man. It's a different time, right? Of course, nowadays, okay, and we were at war with them. Think about this. We're at war with them. I think it's maybe a very bad and awful opinion, but I think when you are at war with a country, the gloves are off, right? The reason why Looney Tunes was doing, and the reason why cartoons were doing that period, and even the government was doing that, right? They were trying to turn public sentiment against that country.
Yeah.
When you fight a country, you don't sit there and like say, "Oh, we love this country and its people, but for right now, we're going to go to war with." They don't do that. You want to annihilate the enemy, right? They are the enemy. You need the country to hate them, right? You want them. You want the country to be 100% behind what you're doing, and to be behind what you're doing, they gotta demonize the enemy. I mean, like that makes for the most successful wars. I mean, look at all the all the government propaganda from wars in the past, where the wars where the U.S. got patriotic about being Americans were wars where we basically put us against them. That's why the war on terror was so tough. Because the war on terror, we didn't have a clear enemy. It was anybody terrorizing anybody else, right? There was no enemy. And that's why that war was so tough. But yeah, I mean, Bugs Bunny going after Japanese soldiers was just crazy. Or you see the Dr. Seuss ones?
Nah, not really.
Posters?
Yeah, Dr. Seuss, no, they weren't posters, they're actually the ads. Dr. Seuss drew a lot of political cartoons showing the Japanese in America as spies. Right, so that's how he, and so I guess whatever his real name was, Dr. Seuss, I guess was bigoted against Japanese people in real life. Right, so that's how he was going on. But yeah, I mean, like we've seen some pretty wacky things in our cartoons as kids, right? Aside from the occasional rapey skunk. No, wait, no, he was, what was Pepe Le, he was a skunk, right?
Yeah,
He was a skunk and he was trying to get with the cat.
The cat with the white stripe.
Yeah.
Because he thought the cat, yeah. And then of course there's all those weird instances where Bugs Bunny comes out in drag.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny spent a lot of time in drag. And
Right.
Elmer Fudd always fell for it. That's the funny part. Elmer Fudd fell for a rabbit. Now,
Right.
Elmer Fudd's a human being. And was Bugs Bunny pretending to be a human in drag?
He was just pretending to be female, not human.
He's, I guess he wore it well. Elmer Fudd was really into that.
It's just, oh man, the good old days.
Yeah. Some of those cartoons are problematic now.
Yeah, super problematic. But I mean, like, we got movies like Lightyear that have two women with a baby, and that's not problematic.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg had something to say about that. He was like,
And then they made him make a gay cartoon.
he's like, I took my kid to watch Lightyear, and we just want to have a good time. And now he's asking me how two women have a baby, and I'm like,
wait, how do two women have a baby?
What?
How do two women have a baby?
I guess if you want to fully explain it, then that's an ugly explanation.
Exactly.
Like when two women fall in love,
it shouldn't be in the movie.
It's like when it's okay. This is the way it works. When two women fall in love, one of them, one or both of them can actually carry a baby, but the other one can't put one inside her because women both produce eggs and neither one produces sperm. Now, this is a really crazy conversation I have with a kid, right? So what you do is you got to find a gay friend willing to donate a sperm, or or any male friend to donate a sperm, and then you decide which one of you is going to carry it. If they're really, really wealthy, they have somebody else carry it. That is just okay. That's the explanation. Or the cheaper route: two women will adopt one. Right? I mean, that's a lot of explaining to do for a kid who just, hey, how did two women have a baby?
We were just watching a movie.
Just watching the movie and had to go there. Right. Yeah, this all sorts of weird, uncomfortable things nowadays, but things are becoming more normal. Okay. Regardless of what happens in the next upcoming election cycle, I think that this air of normalcy that's kind of resettled among us is going to stick around. The reason why is because people have just, it's kind of like they lifted the veil, right? All the crazy stuff that was happening, regular people were buying into the craziness. They thought that if I didn't buy into this craziness, I am racist, or I'm misogynist, or I'm just a bad person.
Right.
And now they've been reminded that you're none of those things if you don't buy into the craziness. You're just a regular person. Right? These people who are bringing up this craziness are just overly demanding. They want something that's not, that most of us, most of the rest of us don't want that. There's a small percentage of people who want it, and we're being tricked into thinking that we're the minority. Right? But the reality is that what's normal is different, right? And people are figuring that out. So comedy has gone 180. Comedy is now open again to say what you want to say. Regular, everyday people are saying things that they normally wouldn't say anymore. It's back. And I think it's going to say, no matter who takes over, we all have had our eyes opened to the craziness. And I don't think it's coming back. I don't think that craziness has come back anytime soon.
You don't think it's coming back?
The craziness? No. No matter who takes over, I think that people are more common sense now.
Now, I don't know, Armand. I don't know.
You think the craziness is coming back?
I think if we get another Democrat in power, it will happen again.
The woke wave will hit us again?
Man, the woke wave ain't finished yet, man.
I mean, yeah.
The woke wave ain't finished yet.
There's elements of it that are out there, but I don't think, talking about the next person coming up. Okay, so Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, had 4 terms. He died during the 4th. Okay. Now, up until his time, it was kind of like a tradition, a courtesy, that presidents didn't run more than twice. It was an unspoken rule, unspoken and unwritten rule. Presidents didn't run more than twice.
Right.
And then FDR ran a 3rd time and got a 4th because the war was still on. Okay. After he died, they passed I forget what number amendment, they passed an amendment officially making a president's ability to have terms only twice. Okay. They can have 2 full terms. Right. It doesn't matter if it's back to back or separated by a term. You can only have 2 full terms.
Right.
So the only exception I can find for a president to have 3 terms is if one of those terms isn't complete. So if you become a president on your, like a great example is Teddy Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Roosevelt was elected vice president, and his president died like within the first month, and he took over. He had a full first term, but he wasn't elected as president, and it wasn't full. It was like at least maybe 2 weeks short, because he became president after the first one died, and then he ran for president and won. So he had a term, a partial. Technically, even if that was today, he could run again because he didn't have 2 full terms. Okay, so I've been getting some feedback from people that I know saying that Trump's and these are not Trump supporters. Okay, these are anti-Trump people,
Right.
and they're afraid that Trump is going to get a 3rd term.
But he can't, right?
He can't. Now there's a conspiracy theory. How can he get what would it take to give this guy a 3rd term? I mean, like, number one, even if he controls the 3, I mean, the executive, judiciary, and the legislative. I mean, Senate, House of Representatives, Supreme Court, and the presidency. Even if he controls all 3, something like that would have to pass through the people. The U.S. population have to be on board with that.
But I mean, the government shutdown messed things up because people are ignorant and think it's all Trump's fault.
Okay.
All right. Trump is about in the next year or so, right? Trump is supposedly supposed to give us $2,000. Every American is supposed to get $2,000.
Yeah, I heard that too.
The tariffs are supposedly working, where his goal is to get down the national debt.
Wait, hold on. Okay, do you know why we're supposed to get $2,000?
Because of tariffs.
But why?
He's saying that it's a tariff dividend. And in the first, I guess, fiscal year, he collected like $2 trillion worth of like.
Quentin, look that up, because I heard something different.
What did you hear?
I heard that. Okay, could be wrong too. I heard that it's because the Supreme Court identified tariffs as being, I forget what they said, and it's he has to give money back from tariffs.
You got to give us a dividend.
Well, he has to refund the tariff money back to the people, because the tariffs were paid by the importers, but eventually they paid by us because we had to pay in the increased.
You don't pay. I don't pay tariff. You pay tariff.
So they're both the same reason, but one is saying that they were so successful he's giving us money. The other one is he's being forced to give it to us because they were deemed illegal. Quentin,
okay, which one is deemed illegal? Like he wasn't supposed to take tariffs?
Correct, and so he has to give it back to us. Quentin,
why was he not supposed to take tariffs? And that's what
Quentin, which one is it? I don't know.
It's a lot of different stuff. I got a lot of different things. President Donald Trump on Sunday said he wants to give most Americans $2,000 payment funded from tariffs as he defended what's become one of his administration's signature policies. And then it goes on to say a dividend of at least $2,000 per person, not including high income people.
Yes, I heard too.
Will be paid to everyone. Mr. Trump wrote Sunday in a Truth Social post. He didn't provide additional details on how such rebates would be distributed.
Okay, Raymond, back to your point. So what were we saying about
I feel like if the tariffs go good, if people get $2,000, if the wokeness kind of drowns itself out, like the only thing with Trump, and this is what I kind of hate about it, there's too much where I'm like kind of over Trump, like, and it's not because of what he did. I'm just over the reaction that people give Trump. Like McDonnie getting elected and declaring war on Trump, and you're a mayor. That I just can't deal with that. That's too much. I would have rather him not be elected if he's gonna talk like that. I can't deal with Gavin Newsom. None of these people who talk bad about the president, because you didn't say nothing about Biden, and Biden did nothing.
Wait, so you're saying that you're over Trump because of other people complaining about him?
I'm over the complaints about him.
Oh, you're over
Like
the
it's like I
complaints.
can't. Yeah,
Okay.
like the hate, the protest, and everything. I'm over that. That's the only reason why I like if Trump had to leave. All right, bro, you can leave now. But if we had to do another like say 8 years of this, because we only on year one. We already don't have protests. We already have government shutdown. He got booed at the game yesterday. Like I can't like because it's like it's one of the things like we're not even in the United States anymore.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
So you wouldn't want to see another 4 years of this.
I don't want to see another 4 years because eventually it's going to turn into a civil war.
Okay. So, but the thing is, I mean, but there's a thing. So
Like the 4 years I can deal with. 8 years, I don't know about that one. Even if say if the tariffs is really working, say if we all about to get $2,000 checks, right? Is it worth it? And these people still complaining every day about them?
but there's the thing that like what I'm getting at is that it's not possible for somebody. I mean the whole rule about the amendment passed that limits presidents to 2 terms. We've lived with that for a long time, right?
Yeah, it's just because he had a lapse. I think he isn't he the one of the first. Well, besides
No, many have had divided presidencies. See, it's
before
about
the amendment, though.
See, it's not about back to backs. It's about how many you have total.
Terms.
Not
It's
back
about
to
the
back.
terms, and
Yeah.
I get it. I get what you're saying, and I agree. I don't because the way certain people are coming at you, that's the way I thought too. But then it's like no, it's despite the term, you only supposed to have 8 years. That's it.
Total terms. Yeah.
Total 8
And
years.
there's a thing. So I mean, like I don't see how some people think that anybody's gonna be convinced to give him another 4.
Can he run for vice president?
Yeah.
So if he runs for vice president and the president that he's under gets incapacitated in any way,
No. That's just, don't that's not even gonna be a thing.
Now that would be now if it was a swap, say JD becomes a president and Trump becomes a vice president, I'll deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, technically, he could. I think he could do that. I think he
I
could
don't
run
know
as
about
vice.
that
I
one.
think he could do that. But yeah, I mean, but to think that, for somebody to, so people who I've been talking to have been voicing their fears that Trump is going to get another term.
Well, why are you scared of that?
What?
But why are you scared of that?
No. They've been voicing their fears to me.
But no, I
Oh,
understand.
you're asking
that.
why are they scared of that?
But why are you scared? Like, what has Trump done to you?
You're talking about to them.
Yeah, what has Trump done to you?
Well, no, remember, these people are Democrats, like hardcore progressive. I mean, whether or not he's done anything to them, they just don't want him.
Okay. And like that's what I'm saying. A lot of these people are manipulated. They can't even tell you why they don't like Trump.
Yeah, but the reality, but that's the thing though. Regardless if they like him or don't like him for any real reason, that fear shouldn't be out there, right?
It shouldn't.
Why should you be? I mean, and not because you shouldn't be afraid of the guy, but because that's not possible. It's not possible for a modern U.S. president, to have 3 terms or more.
It's not.
It's not possible.
No,
For it to become possible, he's got to get it. See, for it to become possible, he's got to get it past the people, right? And then at that point in time, see, if the people have voted for anytime somebody wins, okay, the people get whatever it is they deserve, right? If you voted like the New Yorkers who voted for Mamdani, they're gonna get what they deserve.
Yeah, because that was dumb. They like
Get
that was like how a woman gets like swept off by their feet by somebody who don't got no job.
yeah.
And about to start living off of them. That's what happened to New York.
Yeah, New York got finessed.
So New York got finessed.
New York got finessed by somebody with a good wardrobe and no job.
You with no job. I can't believe it. You hired Tommy for president. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tommy ain't never had no job. And that's your mayor? You tripping.
Dude, actually, whoever ran against him should have had "No Scrubs" as their theme song.
Man, no, because I mean, man, look. The funny thing about you seen the pictures of him rapping?
No, I have not. I've
Oh yeah, Mac Donnie used to be a rapper.
He was an actor too. He was in, what was that? Was he Slumdog Millionaire? He was in something
Look, man,
Indian.
that's the type of people we don't need.
He was a Bollywood actor,
That's the type of people we don't need.
and he's
Look
never worked.
What happened with Ukraine and Zelensky? He was over there doing single ladies dances, and now they at war.
Dude, yeah, Mamdani's never worked. Mamdani's comes from money.
Like, you hire somebody who ain't never had no job, screaming, "Oh, I'm a tax the rich." You
Dude,
serious
a
right
guy
now?
who's had everything handed to him his whole life. You elected that, and that guy's a democratic socialist. How can a rich person be a democratic socialist? That makes no sense.
Because they've been handed everything their whole life.
He's
and
gonna
they
find
feel
out
like
some
America should do the same thing.
He's gonna find out some serious crap now. I mean, like his whole tax the rich. How can he even think about? Okay, so in order to raise, as a New York mayor, in order to raise taxes on your constituents, who needs to approve that? Do you guys know? What?
Is it the people that
No.
are?
The governor does.
Okay.
Yep.
And the governor has flat out said, "You ain't raising taxes on my people."
You ain't about to do none of that.
That's what the governor has said. The governor said they're not going to support that.
That's not going to happen.
None of that he's doing. He really just about to do a whole bunch of talking.
Well, think about the case. So I believe that all New Yorkers deserve this. Okay, the only ones who don't, okay, and they kind of still do. The ones who voted against him are still at fault because they didn't do enough to talk to their friends and people they knew about this guy. I mean, anyone who voted for him, you get what you deserve. Okay.
No, I wouldn't even say that.
Anyone who didn't show up to vote, they're getting what they deserved.
But I wouldn't even say that because, like, they talked about a large demographic of the voters. They said a large demographic were women, and out-of-state women at that. These are people, transplant people, who came and experienced New York and realized that it's too expensive to live there.
Yeah.
So that was his main demographic. Like, honestly, it made me think to myself, like, if you're a transplant in my city and you ain't lived here more than 15 years, you shouldn't have the ability to vote. To me, I feel like that's true. Like, if you haven't lived in my city for over a decade, you can't vote on nothing.
I mean, it's a hard stance, but
it's a hard stance. But look what happened. We got a Mac Donnie. That, like, people, like, because they are talking about it. People who lived in New York that experienced the 90s, because I guess they had a Democratic mayor during that time, and it was horrible. Crime ridden, everything. Like, even, like, it made me think to myself, I'm like, you know what? I would never want to vote for a Democratic mayor in Los Angeles, because guess what? All of our Democratic mayors have done the same exact thing. Have we ever had a Republican mayor?
No, dude.
And guess what? We have a Skid Row.
This is LA, dude. LA will never have a Republican mayor.
And guess what? That's why we have a Skid Row.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, how about Bradley? Tom Bradley? Okay, I'm pretty sure he was Democratic. Actually, this is funny. My dad knew that guy, like, personally.
But what they were pretty much saying was, like, when they remember the ultra left-wing liberal Democrats that came and became mayors of New York, was horrible.
Hold on a second, though. Raymond, think about this, though. New York traditionally has a Democratic mayor. They've never had...
Right.
For the most
part, they're talking about, like, the extreme left wing.
Okay, yeah. I don't think they've ever. I mean, like, they may have had one, but he was never extreme left. They've never experienced. Right. They've never experienced anything like what Mamdani says he is.
And they voted for that guy. I mean, guess what? You know who's making money off of it?
Who's that?
Everybody who's talking about Mac Donnie right
Yep,
now.
us online.
It was the toast of online. It was online chatter was talking about nothing but Mac Donnie, and everybody's saying the same thing. New York we about to see New York go on the slide. Like, I just left New York and I'm scared to go back. Because New York was beautiful when I went. That was a nice time.
See, what people have to understand about New York, I mean, like anybody, the whole of America, right? The whole of America, we're on a capitalist system. Everything runs off of free market here. They should, at least. It's supposed to, right? And things just, I mean, like you two guys know, and anybody else who's seen me talking at any events, you guys know that I kind of have a disdain for California.
You do?
Because of its price. I mean, why do you think I left LA County proper to move out to LA County sticks?
Oh, because of the prices.
Because of the prices. I didn't see the value in paying what I was paying for what I had when I have double it here for a fraction of the cost. Right? Life is so much better without all that overhead hanging over me. Right? And this is like a little tiny baby step. Moving out into the sticks and getting cheaper prices is a baby step to moving out of the state. Right? Other people have taken the full step. Like prime examples, we know him, Elon Musk.
Right.
Okay, Raymond, your camera went black. There
no, my fault. That's my fault, guys. Hold on. All right, I'm back.
Elon Musk, he rolled on us. He's in Texas now.
Yep, and created his own city.
Yeah, because Texas knows how to treat its entrepreneurs.
Knows how to treat its entrepreneurs.
And
the only
its
thing
citizens.
they know how to treat citizens. They said this morning. They just don't want you coming over here with your voting patterns and making Texas like Austin is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what somebody from Texas said this morning. We don't want you making it like Austin.
Yeah. So basically, come over here and change yourself. The reason you're going to Texas is you like the way Texas is. You want to keep it. If you want to keep Texas the way that it is,
Texas.
Vote like Texans vote.
Vote like Texans vote.
So he made that move. Mark Wahlberg transferred his entire business. His production company is now in Las Vegas.
Yep, I can see Vegas too.
Right? And Mark Wahlberg is, I mean, he's not a ultra progressive. He's not an ultra conservative either. I mean, he makes a variety of content. So he's not some crazy right-wing guy, but he's a businessman. So he knows that California ain't the place to be.
It ain't. Like, I mean, it's a place that you got a little spot, but I even hate saying that because I love LA.
There's a lot to love about California. See, I love California itself, but not the people, but not the way it operates. These are things I don't love. I don't love the way we're taxed.
No.
I don't love the bureaucratic red tape we have to go through.
At all.
Okay. I don't love. Okay. I said it before. I don't like the way we're taxed. I also don't love the way they spend what they collect from us.
No, and I don't like the corruption because actually a lot of the money that they take from us don't go to what they're talking about.
And I don't like the real estate costs.
Right.
I mean, if you really look, this is what's crazy. You can, for the price of the average California home, you could live in a mansion in a different state with acreage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I gotta send you the video. My dad did a commercial. They had him bring his lowrider for this real estate commercial.
Okay.
Get that, a lowrider and real estate commercial, right?
Okay.
And I'm watching it and I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, is this a parody or this is real? He's like, Ray, this is actually real. These are real estate people. But I'm like, why would they make a video like this? And this is like a $600,000 house that they was talking about. Like, I gotta send it to you. Like, it was such a parody, but it was real at the same time. And my dad's in the freaking video, but like, it's just like I get what you're saying. Like, it don't make any type of sense. Like, and it's like, honestly, LA is actually really, really dirty.
Yeah,
it's very, very dirty. Like, I said this the other day, right? I had some customers come in. They were from Chicago, and they asked me where they should go. And this was like the first time in a while where I couldn't tell them where to go, because everywhere
was dirty.
Everywhere you're gonna see homeless people. Everywhere is gonna be dirty. Like, I was like Venice. I thought Venice Beach. dirty.
Dirty
I
and
thought,
homeless.
I thought Hollywood, dirty. Downtown, homeless people everywhere. Long Beach, dirty. You know what I'm saying? It made me mad because I remember I love Long Beach. And I remember I took one of my friends and he was like, "This is a horrible city, Ray. Are you serious?" You know what I'm saying? It just it's irritating. Like when you I feel like I'm a delusion. I feel like I'm delusional.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told like me and my friends like we was laughing about it, but I was like I feel like I'm the only person I'm living in hell and I don't realize that I'm in hell.
See, the only thing what I like about California is the geography of it.
Yeah.
Right. See, what I enjoy, I frequently drive on the 2 Angeles Crest Highway. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I enjoy riding the motorcycle, driving convert. So the Angeles Crest Highway is one of the best roads you're going to encounter anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a sports car, it's really windy, technical, it's difficult, right? You got California Highway 1, right? You have the drive up through the Central Coast. So what I like about California is all those places where people aren't.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really value California for the urban centers. I don't. I could do without LA itself, right? Because to me, LA is just something I pass through to get somewhere else. Right? The traffic is crap. Okay. I don't like it at all. Right? Not a big amusement park fan. So I could care less about Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm. Okay. I do enjoy the good food.
Look, that's the only thing, Armand. A lot of people say our food is whack, and honestly, I have to really, really, really take that in consideration.
Wait, who said our food's whack?
I had some New Yorkers tell us our food is whack.
Well, what do they expect? What are they looking for?
They was just expressing how New York food is.
Well, specifically, because you're not going to get any more authentic Mexican food than what you can find
Mexican food is different. Like now, Mexican food, yeah, I would say that. Like
Chinese food, no, Chinese food too. I mean, like you can't. They
were talking about the Chinese food.
What's that?
They were talking about the Chinese food. I mean, I had to take this girl to a real, one of my top Chinese food spots to get that off of me.
Well, here's the thing though. Because I've had Chinese food in New York. See, what they're talking about is New York Chinese food. New York Chinese food. I've told you about it before. New York Chinese food is greasy. I mean, it's not Chinese food. It's adapted to Americans, right? When New Yorkers look for Chinese, they're not looking for Chinese. They're looking for greasy ass basement Chinese. And I remember when I took my brother to college. Right, my brother first went to Manhattan, and then he went to Columbia. So when I took him over to go to college, and it was when he was a kid, I stayed with my cousins. And my cousin Eddie said, "Hey, man," was it cousin Eddie or one of my cousins? We were pitching what to do. And they said, "Hey, let's get some greasy Chinese food." They actually said the word greasy was in there as part of its description. It wasn't let's get Chinese takeout. No, it was let's get some greasy Chinese food. And everybody's like, yeah. And we got up. And I remember I grew up in the East Coast when I was young. Before I was 10, I was in New York, New Jersey. I mean, I lived in New Jersey, New York a lot. And I remember getting that greasy ass Chinese food when I was a kid. So when I went back there with them, and these Chinese restaurants are all in basements. Okay, during things like hurricane, whatever, those things flood. Okay, they're completely submerged when there's a hurricane. Okay, but you go down there, it's in a basement, and it's a bunch of Chinese people with New York accents, which is the weirdest thing you'll ever see in your life. Okay, Chinese people who all sound like cab drivers. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the food is greasy, greasy, greasy.
But it was good, though.
It was good when it's hot. The second it cools down, it solidifies.
Oh, okay, I get it.
It's the kind of grease that changes color when it turns cold.
When it turns white or something?
It kind of turns yellow.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It yellows. We're like, what the hell happened to it? It changed color. It looked like chameleon. It's like, yeah, you got to eat that fast. So when the food hit the table, my cousin's like, dig in. We had to eat it fast before it turned into what it's going to turn into, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm thinking to myself, and I asked, it's like, gee, and some of it turned on us. I'm like, holy shit, dude, we're eating that? And their explanation was, oh, dude, it's hot inside your body.
Anyway.
Don't worry about it. It's hot inside your body. Like,
anyway.
oh, man. It's like, yeah, it's not going to turn that way. It's hot inside your body. You'll be good. And when you go to the bathroom, do you remember that those chips, was it the 90s, where they had that artificial fat that they were using that didn't have any calories? Olestra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they had to pull it from the shelves because it caused anal leakage.
Anal what?
Leakage.
Like you boo-booing?
No, like basically, okay, what happens is that it's liquid and it stays liquid. It never you can't absorb it. You can't digest it. So it's basically it's fat that stays like oil. It remains oil throughout your whole system. So I mean, like, your I hope these words are okay online. Your sphincter is never a sealed thing, right? There's always like oil could leak through through that orifice, right? And that's what happens. It just leaks constantly. So like, it's like having an oil leak in your car. Yeah, so basically you digest it and it goes through as oil and it just leaks. So it doesn't cause diarrhea. I mean, it doesn't cause incontinence. It's just that you're leaking. Because your large intestine in your colon, part of what that does is that it reabsorbs liquid, right? So that's the final stage of your poop before it comes out, and that's where it turns into that hard, dry, solid thing that eventually you pass. Yeah. So whatever liquid is still in it gets reabsorbed into your body in the large intestine. This can't be reabsorbed. So, you pull up Olestra, Quentin?
Yeah.
Read us about, enlighten us about Olestra.
The 1990s fat substitute Olestra, also sold under the brand name Olean, caused the side effect of anal leakage. This indigestible synthetic fat was used in fat-free snacks like Lay's Wow chips. Because the body cannot absorb it, Olestra can cause severe gastrointestinal side effects, including cramping, diarrhea, gas, and infamous anal leakage.
There you go. Anal leakage. There's a word you never thought you'd ever heard in a podcast, huh?
Anal leakage.
And that's a real word. And Raymond, you're lucky you weren't alive. Well, you were alive, but you're too young to remember this. That was dude, picture that on Channel 7 News. This just in. Olestra, the popular synthetic fat used in Lay's, is causing anal leakage. They were actually saying that. And it wasn't a skit. It was a real news program. And it was everything you heard for 3 weeks. They couldn't stop. No news outlet could stop talking about it.
No.
Just imagine you eating a bag of those and that came on.
Dude, and the crazy thing was when it came out, when Olestra came out, when those chips with it came out, they were like the best thing since sliced bread because it was a fat-free chip that had all the full flavor of a full-fat chip. It was like the flavor of a regular chip without the calories. And people were all over it. People were just pounding down bags of this stuff, right? And then suddenly, everyone just had spotty underwear.
Oh my God.
And then for the next couple of weeks, that's all. So it was in the news nonstop when it first came out as the best thing in the world. Then it was in the news nonstop for a couple of weeks as being the cause of the word anal leakage just burned into my mind. Right? Raymond, is that the first time you ever heard that term?
I've never heard of anal leakage.
Okay, there you go. Now you know.
Now I know what anal leakage battle. Man, don't get anal leakage, man. Like, oh my God. I like the stuff that we put in our bodies, man.
Dude, yeah, I mean, like, we are so desperate to have the full flavor of fat that we are giving ourselves anal leakage.
I mean, like, look, we Give us like 3 more years. We gonna hear the side effects of Ozempic and Wegovy.
I
It's
mean,
coming.
what? I mean, I think we're getting the side effects now.
We already got it, but we haven't had the newscast. Wegovy and the popular drug has been linked to whatever they're gonna come up with a word for.
Dude,
We
no
haven't
one's
had that yet.
see. But what if the side effect is positive?
Well, of course it's positive. They lost weight.
Well, so that's the funny part. Technically, the side effect of Wegovy and what's the other one called?
I don't know what
The
Ozempic.
Ozempic. Weight loss is the side effect.
Weight
Those
loss
drugs
is
originally are A1C controlling drugs. They're ways to lower your A1C. That's what they are. The side effect is the weight loss. Okay.
side
And
effect is weight loss.
and then now, because the side effect was such a beneficial thing, it became the purpose. Right?
Right.
The use of the drug was changed around. What other drug is like that?
Mm.
You don't know?
Cocaine,
No, a legal drug, a prescribed drug that is this drug.
Adderall,
No, this drug revitalized the drug industry and made a bunch of drug reps into multimillionaires.
Viagra.
Viagra.
Viagra. The side effect of Viagra is an erection. That's originally, because the original purpose was not an erection. The erection was the side effect, and because that was a side effect, that's how they turned it around and marketed it. Because it wasn't just a side effect. Because most side effects happen to a few people, right? When they say it's a possible side effect. It doesn't happen to everybody, right? But this side effect was pretty much universal. 90-something% of men consuming Viagra experienced that unforeseen erection, right? What was the original purpose of it? It's a blood pressure medication.
Oh, it was a blood pressure medication that left you with an erect penis.
It was originally for blood pressure, and one of the possible side effects was the erection. But then, after all the testing happened, they found out that it was not a side effect. It was pretty much a guaranteed effect. And somebody said, "Man, how can we sell this blood pressure medication giving everybody hard-ons? We can't sell this stuff." And somebody goes, "Yeah, you can."
Yep. All it takes is somebody that's like that.
Yeah, you
respect it.
can. And all of a sudden,
that's the type of person I am.
yeah, it's a spin.
I'm like, wait a minute,
Like-
it leaves you with an erection.
The marketing guy in the back of the room with his hands crossed is going like this. I'm seeing something here. It's like,
and we selling the wrong thing
all
right now.
all we gotta do is make ads with attractive
Change-
middle-aged women in them.
Change the marketing.
Change the marketing.
Dude, have you ever
People don't
seen
care
the-
about their blood pressure, but they do care about their erection.
Have you seen the ads for Viagra? I mean, like, they don't have them as much anymore, but they're pretty much attractive middle-aged and upper middle-aged women. And the ads never talk directly about the boner. There's this women talking about, like, my husband's feeling so much more confident, blah 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 blah. Basically, the ads saying that, okay, if your wife if your wife is in any way that age, you're letting her down. Get some Viagra. That's what the ad's saying, right? I think Viagra is single-handedly responsible for making middle-aged women attractive again. That's the push. The whole MILF thing happened because of Viagra. Because of Viagra marketing. But yeah, so Viagra is an example of a drug that was made for one purpose and ended up being sold for another. Right? So I guess and there are people who can't take it. Okay, there are people who can't take it. And the only reason why the people who can't take it is because a blood pressure medication would be dangerous for them. That's why. So I guess a person whose blood pressure is too low to begin with can't take that, because it'll be damaging to them. There you go, man. Is this the first time that we've used the word erection or boner in our podcast?
We use a lot of words. I actually cursed a lot, which I'm not supposed to do, but it was worth it.
Did you curse a lot
They
today?
had to explain it.
Did you curse a lot today?
I did. I curse. I tried not to curse, but it was, and even while I was like, man, don't curse, but I was like, Yeah, I gotta actually curse during this.
I didn't see that much of it.
Oh yeah, man. I already know in the playback. I'm gonna be like, Raymond, you tripping.
Huh. Okay, there's that. Okay, but we used boner.
We use
We used
boner, we
erection.
anal liquid,
Anal
Anal
leakage.
leakage.
anal leakage. Shoot, what else we talk about? Man, we talked about sex tapes.
Sex
We talked
tapes.
about
We
gender reaffirming
gender
surgery.
reaffirming surgery, and of course we had to define that because gender reaffirming surgery is anything that's, I mean, breast enhancement is a, and breast reduction. They're both, because reaffirming surgery goes both ways, right? Men wanting to become women and women wanting to become men, right? So breast enhancement is a reaffirming surgery. Anything to make their face look more feminine would be considered reaffirming. But Quentin definitively said that it included the removal of penis. We said the word penis today too.
We said a lot of stuff today. It was kind of wild, man. Oh,
About Bugs
I had to
Bunny
just bring
drag.
this up. New York did have a Republican mayor.
Who?
Rudy Giuliani.
Oh shoot! Yes, that's right.
Yep. And guess what? That's what the people was talking about. Rudy Giuliani came and cleaned all that stuff up.
He was popular when he was in.
Man, I still remember like rappers was like, "Yo, Giuliani stopped drugs a long time ago."
Wait, Giuliani was the mayor during 9/11, wasn't he?
He was the mayor doing 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was that guy, bro.
Rudy Giuliani was heroic at one point in time. Now he's
creepy.
He's creepy, dude. When I think of Giuliani, I think of a guy with just this terrible hair dye. I mean, you can see the dye running down his. I mean, the dye on his hair is discoloring the skin around his. I mean, who with money would get a bad hair dye job?
I mean, I don't even think about that. I just think about that. Was it Bruno? When Sacha Baron Cohen got him with the little girl, I was like, man, Giuliani, you know you wrong.
Oh, dude, I was watching. I saw my parents were watching an Epstein Files thing on TV the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, Epstein again, man. Was Giuliani part of the Epstein crowd? Probably. He was mayor at the right time, right?
I can see that. I wouldn't put it past the Giuliani.
Dude, a lot of prestigious people were part of the Epstein crowd.
Yeah.
Right. Man, Giuliani.
Wait, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're gonna do what you gotta do. I wouldn't do it.
Now we got Mom Donnie, and we'll see what happens.
Oh man, we're gonna keep continuing this podcast journey.
I mean, okay, so let's talk about Mom Donnie, because that's the shocker. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that happen you kind of expected, right? Like California getting that new redistricting thing that they were pushing for.
Mm.
I mean, I wasn't for it. I'm not necessarily against it, but I definitely wasn't for it, right? It happened, and it's California. You kind of expect it to happen. We do crazy things here, right? Of all the things that happened during this election, the one that surprised me was the Mom Donnie thing. I really didn't expect that one. I mean,
but look who he ran up against.
Well, okay, here's the funny thing, though. Okay, he should have never been running. I mean, what kind of people? Okay, why was he running? Why was Cuomo running as an independent?
I mean, wasn't it because of didn't he have allegations or something like that?
No, he was running as an independent because Mom Donnie beat him in the primary.
Oh wow,
that's why he was running as independent.
So how did he get to the primary?
What? Anybody can join the primary. Anybody can join the primary. You could do it if you wanted to. You just got to pay the fine, got to pay the fees and get the signatures, and you can join the primary. Right. So Curtis Sliwa, that guy was the founder. I think he was the founder of the Guardian Angels. Guardian Angels is a vigilante group from the 80s or 70s. because during the 70s and 80s, New York was just a nightmare, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a instance where a subway rider shot a bunch of gang members trying to rob him.
Mm-hmm.
So the dude was carrying an illegal firearm, okay, and so a bunch of guys tried to rob him, and he didn't give him the money. He shot his way out of it, okay. That kind of crap was happening, and the Guardian Angels were born out of that. They were like a neighborhood watch group who were not just there to watch. They were a bunch of people who wanted to kick somebody's ass. So a bunch of people who wanted to find a legal way to beat the shit out of somebody. That was what the Guardian Angels were. Okay, the vigilante group. Basically, remember the movies, the Charles Bronson movies, what were they called again? Death Wish. Basically, the Death Wish was from the 70s and 80s. The Guardian Angels were the official version in real life of that movie coming to life. That's what they were. And he was the guy running as the Republican candidate. Curtis Lewa, okay? The dude he finished a distant third, okay? Only reason Mamdani was on the ticket is because he beat the actual Democratic candidate. I mean, he beat Cuomo to be on the ticket. New Yorkers evidenced their bad judgment from the beginning. They put him on the ticket in the primary to begin with, right? That's why Cuomo ran as an independent. Okay. So that's the one that surprised me. I mean, like, I thought that New Yorkers just did it on a lark. They went to the primary, they put him in. Okay. I thought that, let's say we lived in New York, right? And that happened. We got some freaking Democratic socialist as our Democratic candidate. And we didn't let's say at the primary, we didn't go out and vote because we didn't think that everyone would be that stupid.
Oh no, people are stupid.
And that guy got in the primary, right? This is what I'm thinking, right? New Yorkers, those people who kind of sat by and let that happen, should have come out and voted at the actual election because they could have stopped that right there, right? They're like, okay, there's enough of us who are dumb enough to do this. Those of us who didn't go out there and do something about it in the first place better do it now.
They did because it wasn't like he won like a landslide.
It was not a landslide. It was.
But it was by a couple points though.
It was. It was definitively a win.
This is actually a situation where the independent hurt him.
What's that?
There was there was another person that was in the running.
No. The other person in the running was the Republican candidate. It was a legitimate candidate.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
there were three of them.
This is the first time when the independent had way more votes than the Republican.
Correct. Yes.
And the Republican candidate hurt the independent.
True. Now here's what's funny. Okay, what should have happened, and Trump backed Cuomo.
Yeah.
Trump backed Cuomo. Okay.
A Democrat.
What should have happened, and it's kind of crazy to think about it. And this isn't how politics works, but the Republicans should have backed Cuomo. That's what they should have done.
They should have backed Cuomo.
But that's not how it works. But of course, and once again, we come to this point where this is the reason why average Americans connect with Trump. He does whatever he thinks is should be done.
Right.
Whether it's being done out of greed or whether it's being done out of the perceived, oh, that makes sense. He says what he thinks and he just does what he wants, right? In no time in the past, and I'm saying this, I might be wrong, but in no time in the past has a Republican president ever publicly announced and backed a Democratic candidate for a mayor in any city.
Ever.
Trump defied his own party to back Cuomo.
But that's what you needed. Forget the party. This is about America.
And
they elected a Muslim Democratic Socialist. We have to put that on it.
Well, remember there have been Muslims elected. I mean, we have a bunch of them in the Senate and in Congress.
But look, it's a difference when you're a Muslim who you don't even respect your religion. This is a Muslim who likes gay people.
Mm.
You know, you got to think about that. You don't have any integrity in your religion.
Wait.
What makes you think you're gonna have integrity with?
Hold on. How are you coming about that they like gay? What did they say? Did you see anything about that?
What do you mean it's illegal for you to be illegal? That's not what you're supposed to be in the Quran.
Wait. But how do you know that he likes gay people?
Huh? No, because that's what he's a Democrat. That's what he's going.
Oh, wait, no, but okay, get this, okay. So all of the Muslims in office are Democrats. There's none of them who are okay. So like the ones, okay, so the most prominent ones, there's two of them. Something Omar. Her last name is Omar. She's in either the Senate or the House, and the other one. So they're both part of what's referred to as the Squad, AOC's crowd. What's her name? Quentin, you getting it?
What was the first name?
I don't know. The last name's Omar.
Omar. It's LLHAN? Or is that II? Who's that?
Ilhan, yeah, Ilhan, oh, yeah, that's one of them. There's a number of them. They're all Democrats. I think that they publicly don't. Well, who knows if they back that? But this guy, okay. So here's something funny about this guy. So Mamdani, it's Mamdani, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a dual citizen. His other country of citizenship is Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you know in Uganda, it is against the law to be gay.
Why are you gay?
Yeah, in Uganda, it's a and I'm gonna get shit for this one. I believe that it's one of those offenses that's a death penalty level offense.
Hey, just don't go to that country. When I think about Muslims, right? I think about Saudi Arabia. We were just talking about Saudi Arabia with Riyadh, right? You know what I'm saying? They let that lady come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just don't be gay there.
But she wasn't allowed to be gay in their presence, right?
Yeah.
And she got a lot of flack for it. Those are the type of Muslims I'm gonna respect. I don't respect the ones who are far leaning that's gonna kill you for being gay. But I respect the ones that stand on business.
Yeah.
He is a Muslim that don't stand on business.
Well, he's
that's like you electing a preacher that don't stand on business.
Well, I don't think he's ever come out about and said anything about his stance on that.
What?
Because remember, a U.S. politician, I guess you can be anti-gay as a U.S. politician if you're a hard right politician.
Right.
If you're a Democrat,
and there's certain people that would like you for it.
Yeah, if you're Democrat, you can be pro. But this I was going to say something about him. I lost my train of thought on that. It's just crazy. I mean, like if you think about it, so as a U.S. politician, I don't think U.S. politicians should be dual nationals.
What do you mean?
He's a citizen of Uganda too, besides being a citizen of here. And he's not a citizen because they consider him a citizen. He's a citizen because he carries the papers, right? He actually has Ugandan citizenship.
He shouldn't be no illegal. I mean, he's not illegal. I'm sorry. He shouldn't be somebody like how I was just saying. You shouldn't be allowed to vote if you haven't lived in a certain area for over 10 years. I don't think he should even be allowed to run if he doesn't.
Well, the thing is, the reason why I don't think you should be able to run as a dual citizen is this. It's because, many people are dual citizens, right? But they're not politicians, right? When you're a dual citizen, when you actually are an official dual citizen, or if you have two citizenships, because there's two classifications. Dual citizens are people the U.S. knows, and inside their U.S. passports, they have an endorsement card as a dual citizen of a foreign country. That's one version. The other version is when you have two different separate citizenship sets, and they're both legal. Okay, you really can't be that when you're a politician because your citizenship to that foreign country, you have an oath to it. So you have sworn loyalty to a foreign country. So you have sworn loyalty to two countries, right? It's totally fine as a private citizen. As a private citizen, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But as a politician of a country, you should only be loyal to the one country that you're serving.
Yeah, and why are you not in Uganda?
So yeah, I mean, technically,
You over here as a dual citizen. You talking bad about our president. You trying to change everything that we got going on here because you don't like it. But you definitely can't do that in Uganda.
yeah, yeah. In Uganda, actually, and people are criticizing him and the Democratic Party because you're a citizen of Uganda where being gay is punishable by death. It's like how
Right.
can you be a Democrat and give loyalty to a country that has those kind of laws?
Man,
A lot of this guy doesn't pass the smell test.
that's what I'm saying. That's what all I'm saying. It's a lot of stuff in this character where, like, once again, I don't live in New York. So it's not my job to check this guy's character.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was living in New York, man, but I can't even front because it's like it's a whole bunch of stuff about Karen Bass's character that I didn't know about until later. You know what I'm saying?
It's an LA
and
mayor.
it is what it is at this point in time.
Yep, that's an LA mayor. So
That's an LA mayor, and it's like, we're not gonna say nothing bad because we know people that know her. But
yeah, but I'm telling you, man, Mom. I mean, I just think New York is in for a rocky couple years.
Yeah, I mean, but actually, I hope that, I always hope that I want it to go good, but I don't want it to go far.
Oh, and this is why I started talking about him. Okay, so remember when Trump first won?
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle came out on SNL telling people, "Come on, let's give the guy a chance. Let's give him a try. Let's give him a fair shake. He won. Let's let him do his thing and see where it goes, right?"
Yeah.
He had that kind of magnanimous approach to it, right?
Right.
And he was criticized heavily for that. Right? But that's the attitude that you got. I mean, if your side lost, to make your focus giving the guy who won the hardest time possible, you're just holding the country back. So you're basically saying for the next 4 years, all this guy is going to do is defend himself against attacks by us. Right? That's all he's. I mean, like you're condemning the country to inaction because half the country is going to just pretend like he didn't win and try to prove he didn't. I mean, like Trump spent the first term in office fighting off constant impeachments. That's all he did.
I know impeachment, and like, you know what? Shout out to Nancy Pelosi retiring, but
she's retiring, yeah.
And it was one of the things. It was all by her. Whereas, like when Trump said it, he was, "I'm glad she retired. She was a bad politician."
Yeah, she led the country. Basically, she led the country in a 4-year boycott.
Led the country in a 4-year boycott. Did insider trading and defended it. And she kind of almost sparked that Chinese-Taiwan war because she was one of the first people to go over there to try to recognize Taiwan as a country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you really think about it, it was like, you were kind of a bad politician. Like even like I looked at, like she has that and it's so like people were like, "Oh no, she's standing." No, it looked bad. It like when Trump got up there after a union address and she's ripping up the paper.
Yes,
it's like that looked horrible.
Crazy. I mean, like, come on. It's like you just got to cooperate. I mean, like the dude. It's not like he didn't win. Okay, he won.
He won. That's
He legitimately won. Okay, legitimately won. Okay, it's like saying, okay, the country, like the half the country that voted for him doesn't know what they're talking about, and we're just gonna base. She basically, okay, so the Democratic Party filibustered the country for 4 years. That's what they did.
Right.
Okay, and do you guys know what filibustering is? What it really is?
Yeah, it's what, like, wasn't that a movie, To Kill a Mockingbird or something like
that? Okay, filibustering is a way to make sure that things don't get. So what happens with a filibuster? So when somebody gets up there, right? They're supposed to be voting about things. It's a way to stall. Right. It's a method of stalling, right? In order to filibuster, you got to get up there, and you got once somebody starts talking, if they keep talking, they can delay everything. But the second they take too long of a pause, it's over.
It's over.
So a guy gets up there and basically just starts talking out their ass for 4 hours,
Just
5 hours to delay a vote and make the vote not happen. And everything as is forced to. That's what a filibuster is. I mean, like, it's insane. Basically, it's getting out there and having diarrhea of the mouth in order to stall. It's crazy ass long form stalling, right? And that's what the Democratic Party did to America for 4 years, right? They just couldn't accept the loss, and they constantly protested it and didn't let anything happen for 4 years, right? And what's crazy is that after losing the second election, and that's unheard of, right? He lost the second election and came back and won his next. It's insane, right?
Yeah.
And now he's in there as a lame duck president. Okay, lame duck president on their second term can't get elected for a third. So there's no. So basically, a lame duck president doesn't wield as much power because they're out. Okay, there's no reelecting them. They're out, right? This is the most powerful lame duck president of all time. Most guys in their second term kind of just polish off stuff from their first and kind of secure legacy, and that's it. Pave the way for the next guy. This one's not. This dude is like the most powerful lame duck president we've ever seen.
Right.
Right? He owns the party. Okay? But the Democrats, I mean, like, they should have done what Dave Chappelle suggested.
Just gave him a chance.
Give him a chance. Let him do what he wants to do. Let him do his thing, right?
But it was one of the things, like, it's a cult mentality because they got mad that he left the party. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you leave the party and they attack you, it's a cult.
Okay.
So they mad that he left the party. They mad that he won. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I can understand why. Like, I don't understand hate because I'm not a hater, but I understand why y'all hating. Because at the end of the day, he came through. He really wasn't qualified. He beat y'all. Straight up.
But here's the question I have, though. This is it. Mamdani won. Did he not? Okay, so did Mamdani, did he win or did he not win?
He did win.
Okay. So rather than scratching our heads and saying, what the hell? How did I guess you can say, how the hell did a Democratic Socialist get elected? Yeah, you can do that for a period of time, right? But once he takes office, should we, well, we're not in New York, but if we were New Yorkers, should we go the route of give the guy a chance?
They're already going to give the guy a chance. But the only thing is, like, a lot of people didn't give them a chance because they already left New York.
Yeah.
It was a mass exodus.
And let's talk about, okay, so why are some people leaving New York? What is it that he's proposing that they're so afraid of?
Taxing the rich and doing away with businesses.
Okay, let's say taxing the rich, okay? So 2 things I got to say about taxing the rich. Number 1, any tax raises that are going to happen got to go to the governor. Number 2, okay, he's going to, if the governor says yes, okay, what he's going to do is he's going to tax the kind of rich. Okay? Those people who are really rich, okay, they got no worries. Because how can you get 2% more out of zero?
Absolutely.
Right? And those of you guys out there wondering, what am I saying? What my math doesn't sound right is if you have enough money, and you don't even have to have enough money. If you have enough knowledge, you can minimize what you owe. Okay? Because remember, the amount of money you owe is based on how much is based on how much you declare you make. And how much you declare you make, there's a lot of ways to minimize that. Legal ways to minimize that. Okay, you can take a $300,000 salary and find ways to chip away at that until you're at under $10,000. Okay, many legal ways, a lot of great ways. Okay, one way that a person could do it is to buy some commercial real estate. Buy the right form of commercial real estate. I'm saying right now the right form. I'm not going to go into what that is. Buy the right form of commercial real estate, and in the first year you can depreciate that real estate. okay, and take a loss in the company that purchased it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're structured properly, the loss in the company that purchased it can offset your income that you receive for working.
Right.
Okay. I'm being intentionally vague about it because it changes year to year how it's done. So we're not going to get into details. But this is the strategy used by people with money, real money. And it can be used by people with everyday money. You don't have to be like Rockefeller rich to do this, right? You can make 80 grand a year and do your version of this. You can make 60 grand a year. And as long as you are paying taxes out of your paycheck and not getting anything back at the end of the year, you can use something like this to get something back. Okay. So those New Yorkers who are fleeing because they think they're going to have to pay more taxes they need to be better informed about their options. That's one thing.
And I think that's true. I would. You ain't about to make me flee my city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel. Like even with LA, like if it becomes too bad, that's when you're gonna see me on. That's when you're gonna see me in front of people. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't got that bad yet.
Now, what were you saying about eliminating business? So you talked about taxing the rich. Okay. What's the second thing?
Like, and there's one thing. Like I can't give you concrete because, like, once again, it's New York. I don't care about New York. But it was like they were talking about creating community grocery stores.
Yes, I saw that. They were looking for a way to subsidize that to make it. And another thing about the problem about creating community grocery stores is where's the money going to come from? Right? Their budget's already stretched to the max to begin with. And he was basically saying that taxing the rich was going to pay for all the stuff he wanted to do. Another one that got him elected was making New York more affordable to live in. Basically reducing the cost of rent. That one, I'm not sure how the hell he plans on doing. How are you going to make rent cheaper in New York? I guess his plan is to set lower rental limits.
Yeah, he's talking about getting rid of the landlords or doing something with the landlord.
Now, see,
how you gonna get rid of something I own?
That's dangerous. I mean, I look at that as something that's wrong.
At the end of the day, he's just like this is Tommy we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about somebody who ain't never had a job.
Yeah.
He don't know what he talking about.
Yeah, this is all idealistic chatter.
Idealistic chatter. And guess what? Women fell for it.
Yep. It's a guy talking about stuff he doesn't know the first thing about in real life.
No. He don't know nothing what he talking about. At the end of the day, he's our mayor. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what happens. And you know what? Like I'm saying, like we deal with this type of stuff. We never seen an outright socialist. You know what I'm saying? Besides Bernie Sanders.
Well, I mean, not in this country.
Nah, not somebody who was. They'll talk about socialism, but our conversations, we already know what's up with socialism.
Dude, okay, so Bernie Sanders, okay? Bernie Sanders is a millionaire. I can never understand that. How could a millionaire be a socialist?
Exactly.
Okay, I mean that just doesn't add up. I mean they talk.
It's the same thing with McDonald. You come from rich parents.
Yeah.
Tax your mama. Like
what's he gonna do? Give it all away? I mean, like, makes no sense to me how that can even be possible.
I don't be listening to these people. These people are jokes.
Yeah, actually, America is going through. I mean, this is going to be. So this election had something of a minor blue wave, right? There were some distinct wins for Democrats in this election. Okay, there were, and that just showed. I mean, there's a level of frustration running around, right? There's a level of frustration running around. Some people are upset that food prices haven't dropped. Right? I mean, everything
food prices. Why would food prices drop?
Yeah, I mean, you can't make them drop. Actually, I mean, you can't control food prices any more than you can control gas prices.
Right.
Right.
After I figured out that I can actually charge you this, why would I drop my prices?
After I figure out you're gonna pay for it.
After I figured out, oh dang, you gonna pay this? Why would I drop them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only way. Okay, so to those of you guys out there thinking that the only way to make a person who's charging more or charging. Okay, so let's say they're charging too much. It's different when the amount. So let's say, for example, okay, so when we talk about food prices, we're actually talking about things like the price of eggs, like grocery store prices. Okay, they're actually high because of the cost that went into it, right? Now, if you're talking about high restaurant prices, that's a different story. The way to the way to counter that is to stop buying it, right? It's your own. I mean, if you are continuing to buy from restaurants who overcharge, that is your fault. You're the problem, right? They're charging that much because they can, and you're paying for it, right? The only way to get them to charge less is to get their traffic flow to stop. Okay, that's the only way, right? But the thing is, gas prices are at the price they are because of the price of acquiring the gas, right?
Right.
Price to get the raw material, price to refine it, price to transport it. That's why they're up. They're not up because they're arbitrarily been raised thinking you'll pay more, right? They're looking for a specific profit margin. And to get it, if their costs are higher, they got to raise the prices. Now, those of you who live in California, that crazy ass price is because of our local government. It's all taxes in this state.
Okay. Yeah, you know, it's places where it's $7 a gallon. Sometimes $8 to pay for gas. It's all in rich areas.
Yeah, craziness.
And it's like, dang, that's messed up.
Oh, talk about crazy. This is crazy. Okay, so up here in Palmdale, 470 something is everyday gas price, and that's for cheap gas. 470 is what you're going to get it. 469, 470 is your ARCO prices.
Yeah.
Actually, 469 is your ARCO type prices up here.
Yeah, I paid $4.75 the other day, and I was just like,
now down in LA it's cheaper than here, but get this: the other day I was driving, and there is a Sinclair gas station in like the Boyle Heights. No wait, near Vernon, I think it is.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of banners saying cheapest gas around, basically. 409 for regular.
And how did they get away with that?
What's that?
How did they get away with that?
Well, no, they're just slicing their margins down. They are accepting a lower profit margin with the objective of selling more gas. They're going to make up for it in volume. And what's eventually going to happen is they're going to get a bunch of people who go there specifically for the super cheap gas, and then as time goes by, they'll start raising a little bit, and people are just used to going there. That's what they'll do. It's a marketing strategy. But 409, okay? The cheapest gas station in the area that I would normally go to is an ARCO at 430. So at that day, 30 cents cheaper than the nearest cheapest competition. Right? Almost 60 cents cheaper than up here's cheapest gas per gallon. It's crazy. So if you're filling up a full tank at 15 gallons, 60 cents per gallon times 15, what is 60 cents times 10 is $6. Right? That's a $9 full tank savings by going to that cheap gas station. If it happens to be on your way, why not, right? $9 on a full tank, that's significant. If you're doing a full tank a week, what's 9 times 50? $450 savings.
Woo.
If you're doing one full tank a week. If you're like me at 3 full tanks a week, right? 9 times 3 is 27 times 50. And I just, it's over $1,000+. Easy. Like 1,005 maybe. Right? It's significant savings. So it makes sense to get that cheaper gas if you can. Okay. But yeah, and you know, California, it is the taxes. It's all about it's the way the government wants us to. We pay for stuff that nobody else pays for.
No. And guess what? We still got a whole bunch of homeless people.
Yep. And our roads aren't all that great.
Our roads ain't all that great. Our beaches.
Where's that money going to? Right? And those of you guys who smoke cigarettes, we have, dude.
Taxes on cigarettes.
How much is a pack of cigarettes now? Do you have you seen? I don't even know.
I don't buy cigarettes, so I really don't know. But I know, like at one point in time, what they're like $5, now they're like 10 or something.
Yeah, they're over 10, like $12 a pack for a pack of cigarettes. That's insane. I have no idea how much.
11.71.
What's that?
There's 11.71 is the average.
11.71.
$11.71.
You gonna pay you, man?
Dude, that's just nuts.
For the cancer, man.
But that's California. Other states don't have that. I mean, I'm not saying that cigarettes should be something people are buying because that's not an everyday thing. It's not. No, it shouldn't be that. But that's crazy. We tax the crap out of everything here. Gas, cigarettes, everything. It's just not. That's why I mean, like, California is just not exactly the place to be at times.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so one last item I want to bring up, one last quickie, no more than 10 minutes on this. I was talking to Quentin earlier about real estate as an investment, right? So let's say, okay, so there's somebody that, Raymond, you might know this guy. He lives in Japan right now. It's, what's the guy's name again? Okay, anyway, Andrew. Okay, Andrew M. We'll call him Andrew M. Okay, Andrew lives in Japan. He's half Japanese, half Mexican. Andrew came into a little bit of money recently, maybe a year ago. He received a settlement. He was in an accident with I guess it was Uber's fault. It was an Uber driver's fault. Okay, he got a settlement. Okay, a little bit of money. It wasn't a ton. Something under $100,000.
Okay.
Let's say it's over 50, under 100, right? Okay. And the first thing he did is he called me up and he asked me what are my suggestions on what to do with that money. Okay, so let's pretend. Okay, so let's put a consultant or advisor's cap on. Somebody calls you. They don't have really good employment, so they're working like a minimum wage scenario job, like a minor type job. Okay, they got decent credit. Okay, and they suddenly find themselves with, let's say, $75,000 in settlement money after taxes. So now the money is sitting in a bank account. Okay, so what should that person do? Right, they're renters, and they're renters. They're renting. They got $75,000 after taxes. They got decent credit, not awesome, but decent. Okay, and they work a relatively low-paying job. Okay, so what are the things they got to do? Say so Raymond, here's that. So what would you suggest they do? So they called me asking what kind of business they can go into with that money. That's what they asked me.
Oh, they wanted to do a business for real?
Let's say they have $75,000. That's what they got. That's all they got. Okay, and they called you up and said, Raymond, dude, what kind of business can I get into with this money?
Sure.
What would you tell them?
Have you ever done a business? Like what are you actually good at? And if they're not good at nothing, or this doesn't look like they have any type of discipline, you're gonna have to figure out how to do some stocks.
Okay, so you're cautioning them about why you want to be in business. Okay, so what with the money sitting in the bank right now, what is that money? What's it in danger of? I mean, like what's happening to it?
It's in danger of inflation. Yes,
it's losing purchasing power because of inflation. Every day it sits there, its ability to buy something goes down and down and down. Right. It's basically it's like one fractional step up from putting it in your mattress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So should it be there? No. Okay. Okay. This is what I would suggest, and this is what I want you guys to consider, right, for yourselves. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we need to look deeper into it, but purchasing a Section 8 rental property in a cheaper state. Right. Okay, so putting that money into real estate. So putting any money into real estate depends when you buy into real estate. You really shouldn't buy in at the highest points, right? But, wait until you're buying at the right time. If you put your money into real estate, into a property that's worth more than you're paying for it, especially, you are protecting your money against inflation, because now it's equity in the property. The property is gaining value. Mm-hmm. Real estate typically gains value at a rate way faster than inflation advances. Right? Real estate is as solid as an investment as most good stocks are. Right? Without the volatility.
Right.
Okay? And you can tap into the growth of your equity without paying taxes. Right? You can take loans against that property, especially if it's a rental property. Think about this. If it's a rental property and it's making cash flow, it's earning money every month, a little bit of money every month because the money it collects is greater than it would cost to pay for the property. Okay? If you increase the loan amount and pull cash out to use it for an investment, maybe buy another property, if your renter is still able to cover that debt and you don't have to come out of pocket, see, a lot of real estate investors say that you're not paying it back, your renter is. Okay, that's, I think, a kind of roundabout way of looking at it. It's wrong because the renter is not paying the bank directly. The renter is paying you. Your profit on that property is paying the mortgage. So you are paying the mortgage. The renter is providing you profit with which you can pay the cost of the mortgage on. Right? That's what's happening. Okay? If you take out a loan against your property and you buy another one and this property is breaking even now, right? They're still covering the cost of that, and now they're paying. So it's your current property is allowing you to pick up a second one. Right? You're not paying any income tax on that money that you're using because it's a loan. Okay? And it's just brilliant. I mean, like, so can Andrew take his money and buy a rental property in a different state with that money? And let's say he has 75. He could, if he finds a property for $80,000 and puts 30% down, it's only $24,000. Out of his 75, he still has 50 left. He can buy 3 if he wanted to. And I suggest, hey Raymond, you're nodding. So my suggestion is you look into Section 8 properties, because if it qualifies as Section 8, the person renting it isn't going to be paying you. The government is. There's no danger of that person not paying. And the government can provide Section 8 applicants. Right? That's a winning move. Right? But anyway, so what's your feedback on that? But the thing is, to buy these properties, you have to have a few things in place: good credit, down payment, and of course, because it's a single family residence, it's conventional financing. You have to be able to qualify for it. If you're buying more than 4 units, if you're buying 5 units and above, it's a different qualifying process. Okay. Does Section 8 cover apartment rent, or is it only houses?
It covers apartment.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the other move, is to find Section 8 housing with 5 or more units, because now it's a commercial finance property. You don't need to qualify income-wise. The income of the property qualifies you. There's a thought. So if you have 50 grand or more, let's say you have $50,000 to put as a 20% down on a 6-unit property somewhere in the middle of America. You think there'd be a property? What's $50,000? What's $50,000? Let's make it 30. What's 50,000 30% of? 50,000 is 30% of what?
I have to do the math on that one now. I'm thinking,
Nothing yet? 50. What's 50 divided by 3 roughly? 16. What's 16 times 10? 160. So let's call it 160.
166.
166. Okay, there you go. So you think there'd be a 6-unit property somewhere in cheap America for 166 grand?
Mm.
Possibly. I don't know. Maybe it's too much to ask.
Wow.
But there's a thought. I mean, maybe with his income level, he can afford. Can he afford the loan on like a loan amount of 50,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, with McDonald's level income, yeah, you could.
As long as you got the down payment.
Yeah, there you go. So that's the thought. Okay, so let's in the future let's sit there and talk about real estate as a way. I mean, how can you get into real estate with limited funds? What are ways to make that jump? One way to make that jump is save until you got it. Right? That's the conservative way. That could take years, depending where you want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about that at a different time. Let's talk about how you can accelerate that process to make that move earlier.
Okay.
Okay? But anyway, we got Raymond doing the Raymond Shuffle.
Yeah, it's that time, man.
It's that time. So at this point, I think we should sign off. And we'll reconvene again, as we do every week.
We'll be back.
Be back. We got to get a catchphrase, man. We got to get that same bat time. We got to figure something out, and it should be something vaguely racist.
Oh
No, casually racist. Vaguely racist is different.
You don't have to be casually racist, but it could be offensive.
Offensive.
Like Digenet, like something like that.
Yes, it could be, but actually, casually racist is offensive. But it could, I guess it could be both. It could be one or the other. I mean, we'll figure something out. But either way, it's got to be funny.
Yeah, Digenet, put it in your mouth.
Okay, now we're getting sexual with things.
Yeah, see?
If that's where your mind goes.
If that's where your mind goes, you know what I'm saying?
Because we could have been talking about food.
We could have been talking about food, or we could have been talking about talking.
Yeah. Can talk about a lot of things. But, dude, your mind just went straight into body parts.
Yep. It going in your mouth.
Yeah. Quentin, we know you too well. We know it. That's Quentin's not how he's a fan. Now Quentin's panicking.
I wasn't thinking nothing bad. I'm over here researching places to buy in Mississippi.
Dude, Raymond, if you could, you've got to put some crazy ass thought bubble over Quentin's head for that one.
What?
Edit like the transgender thought bubble above his head. So
transgender thought bubble.
Dude, I found 9 units for $440,000.
Where?
In what is this, Mississippi somewhere? Okolona, Mississippi. 102 Pecan Lane, Okolona, Mississippi. It looks kind of rural, but for 9 units, I wonder what you can do with it.
The only thing to watch out for there is flooding. See, as an investor looking into Mississippi, you got to keep that in mind. Floods happen there when the hurricanes? When the hurricanes come through, flooding is a real possibility, right? Mm. And that could disrupt your cash flow. And you got to repair. So if you want to bring people back in, you've got to basically do all the water repair, like water damage. So that's one reason why, but we'll get into that. We'll figure out, the safest places to look.
Okay, but my question is, how do you manage it? How much does a management company cost?
That's why you have to factor all the costs. I mean, if you're buying something for $50,000 or $80,000, okay, you're talking about more units, right?
Yeah.
If you're buying something like for $400,000, you're probably going to want to buy 2 or 3 of those in a generalized area and have one management company take care of it.
I can see that.
And they get paid per unit.
Yeah.
Like I think I forgot how much my dad charged. I think it's like the rent is like $3,000 or something like that. You get like $125 per unit, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like 30 units or something like that. It's something crazy.
Yeah, so definitely it's gonna be well within the scope of affordability for something like that.
That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
The number of units and the lower price. A higher number of units with
But
a high stick
I
price.
think the way to start is, I mean, let's research the Section 8 thing, because with the Section 8 thing, it's lower price, meaning because you're talking about single family residences, cheaper to get into in the beginning.
No, I dig that, and your income is almost guaranteed.
It is guaranteed, yeah. Now, if you can do Section 8 with units, even better.
Right.
But of course, now you're looking at down payment issues.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna get my money guaranteed from the government,
But
I,
it
I,
still
I
doesn't,
might I
remember,
might I might waive that.
getting your money guaranteed by the government doesn't magically make a down payment appear in your pocket.
True that,
Absolutely.
but I may waive the down payment or shrink it down.
You
I've
can't.
seen that happen. No, I've seen
Don't
that
want to
happen
waive the
where they
down
don't
payment.
they don't make you pay as much on your down payment for some Section 8 folks.
Well, no. I'm talking about, no, to buy it, to buy the
Oh
property.
no. I was talking about the Section 8 person moving in.
Oh, no. See, no, what I'm saying is that the thing that stops, okay, so if you buy 9 units or 10 units, right? The problem is that it requires a larger down payment,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, start off with something small, like single family residence, Section 8, single family residence in the beginning, because you know we're always talking about getting started now. So if you say, okay, I need 3 years to save up down payments, that's 3 years that could derail you, right?
Right.
So if you want to go for like a 10 unit place right off the bat, but you need 3 to 5 years to save the down payment,
It's not gonna be that
you
same
might as
person.
well just jump into like a $50,000 Section 8 house in Arkansas right now and tap into that equity when you can to get the next one, right? And then snowball that into buying units,
Right.
right? I mean, like, just gotta, sometimes you gotta watch out for that. Sometimes, well, it's like with food, your eyes are too big for your stomach.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just go for that low hanging fruit.
All right.
Way too many motivational phrases going on here. Low hanging fruit, eyes too big for your stomach. It's
That's all
like,
right.
don't put it off till tomorrow. What you can do? I mean, oh my gosh, it's like Ben Franklin walked in there and just bring out the AI quote generator. Okay, anyway, yeah, we got to cut it. So, once again, signing out. I am Armand.
It's Raylo, man.
You Tatum here.
Thank you for being with us. We'll catch you guys on the next one.